All right, what is up? What is up, y'all? I hope y'all are having a fantastic day, fantastic night, whatever it may be. Let me just sit up real quick. Today we're gonna be doing the rest of I guess chapter 2, because it's about to be a third trial on hand. Because, in a manner that only is befitting of us, the Ace Attorney, we have managed to prove our client's innocence by establishing his guilt. It's kind of a power move, not gonna lie. Give me 1 sec. There we go. Now, I originally was going to do chapter 3 along with this. I don't know how time is going to go for it. Thursday, I got Yun syndrome, and so on Friday or Saturday will be chapter 3, and then the day, like the next stream after that, will be 4. And I don't know how much. I don't know if 4 is the last one or if there's a 5th one. I don't know if it's going to be, because I know the first one had a 5th one, but that was also added after the fact. The last one, I believe, had 4. And so we're going to go ahead, get into it. I'm feeling good. I just, right before the stream, did the new, not the new. I did the Champions Meet, final for Uma. It got first, and so I'm feeling good. I got that good juju going into this trial. I'm curious on how Yun syndrome is going to go tomorrow, because I wanted to do it whenever it first came out, but some of the stuff that was going on with it was definitely something, to say the least. I don't know how many people have seen this stuff about it, but if you look at it up, you'll find it very quickly in terms of how they translated and did some things. It was definitely something. To say the least. Anyway, October 13th, 302, Writing Co-Law Office. I'm glad we found the urn and all, but poor Mr. Delight got arrested again. Well, supposedly he was in the CEO's office when the murder occurred. No way, Jose, I don't buy it. Well, the thing is, he was in there when the murder occurred. That kind of is a fact. You cannot buy it, but he was. Yeah, the one that proved that Mr. Delight was there was Mr. Nick himself, at least from what I can understand. I mean, that's just true. That's just how it happened. Looks like you did too good of a job this time, Nick. How about we start looking into the KB security murder? Think I'm gonna head back to Korean Village for a little while, if that's all right. You can probably channel the person that got murdered, can't you? Sure, but why? I'm gonna bring the sacred urn back and have some people take a look at it. The thing is that the urn was tampered with. We know that for a fact because it now says Amy on it. That does not look like it's the same urn. Oh, that's a good idea. I think I'll go with. No, Mystic Maya, you should stay here. I need to spend some special quality. Yeah, it's been a while since we just had, the two of us. Probably since the first game has been just the two of us. Bro's so caught up in her fantasy she forgot there's a murder to solve. Sacred urn was given the pearls. Now remember, no fighting, okay? She's gone. Alright, time to get on this murder investigation. I guess the first thing I probably want to do is, I'm guessing. Wait, can I not go to the KB security place? Am I not able to actually go there? I guess the first well, I kind of want to go see more of Damas' hideout. It's weird. He has a lot of the icon stuff that should not be public. Like the thing that's currently on that hot air balloon was not public as part of the calling card, but yet he is not Damask. Oh, Nicky boy, Maya, Miss Delight. All I want to do is help my dear Ronnie. But I guess it ended up hurting his case. Let's say that Nick, she doesn't need your help beating herself up. Hey, please help Ronnie. He's not a killer, I swear. He wouldn't. I mean, I know for a fact it looks like he wouldn't hurt a fly, but the people that you least expect. It's either the people you most expect or least expect. I think I said that last time. It's never the ones you somewhat expect. It's always the ones that you're either very suspicious of or not suspicious of at all. It's either or. Alright, I'll poke around and see what I can find out. Oh, I'm so happy. I knew asking for your help was the right thing to do. I don't know what I could do to help anymore. I had no idea Miss Delight had such a and to be fair, you've known her for less than 24 hours at this point. You met her yesterday. I guess I kind of want to. I want to learn about all of them. Listen carefully. My Ronnie would never, ever kill anyone. It's just not in him. I don't think he would either, Nick. Yeah, but you have to admit he's got a bit of a temper to him. Sure, yeah. It's not that hard to imagine him just snapping and screaming, please die. Is this a thing you want to say right in front of his wife? It's not hard to imagine your husband is yelling, please die. You would never say that. Anyway, Miss Delight, he might not be a killer, but he's still going around saying that he's a thief. I already told you, that's just a fantasy for him. I hate to say it, but you're the one living in a fantasy world. What do you mean by that? How dare you say that to me, Nicky boy? I know everything about my Ronnie. We don't have any secrets between us. He isn't the thieving type. He's so honest he wouldn't even sneak a nap. He's so honest he wouldn't even steal a glance. A thief, huh? The very idea. I guess I just don't get it. Huh? Get what? I just can't understand how they can be so different yet be such a happy How dare they find happiness with each other? How, Nick, just because you can't find it yourself, Nick, doesn't mean you can't. Come on, man. They sure are different. It's not that mysterious, is it? It was love at first sight. For me, anyway. For you. I mean, I don't know how much I care about their love life, but sure. So was it really love at first sight when you first met Mr. Delight? Well, maybe not at first sight, but Ronnie saved my life. How do you save your life? I was at work one day when 2 robbers suddenly rushed in. Well, I'm not the kind that just curl into a little ball in a corner, so I fought back. Yes, they took me hostage. I was so frightened. They were both carrying these huge knives, and I broke into tears. I would too if, you were in some pretty bad situations yourself. You kind of, in the first game, presented evidence that it's kind of like the most surefire, solid evidence around. You presented it to 3 different people that tried to kill you. You were very, very smart. Very, very smart. I'm glad we're out of that phase. I don't know how I'd feel if on the 3rd game we're still doing that, to where it's like, hey, listen, I have this evidence. I haven't submitted it. It 100% incriminates you. What do you got to say about it? Knowing full well they're a killer, and it's like, well, I'm just going to kill you. Like, it's just that easy. Did Mr. Delight come running to save you? Yes, exactly. I remember. He looked so handsome in that guard uniform of his. He went right up to those 2 knife-wielding robbers and screamed in their faces, please stop it. He screamed. I could see the robber's face turn pale. That high-pitched shriek of his does have a surprisingly strong effect. I mean, just scream as loud as he can. Then, crying and swinging his arms like crazy, he attacked the 2 robbers. All by himself. He came to save me, a total stranger, all by himself. It was so scary, he was crying and shaking, but he still risked his life for me. That's a great story. May not look it, but in a tough situation, there's no one better. That's why I fell in love with him like I did. So romantic, I'd fall in love too, I guess. Hope you'll do the same for me. I mean, you have been taken hostage. Technically, I guess, but I wasn't around you when it happened. With Maya, that possibility always seems to loom in the not-so-distant future. Well, I'm glad I guess I learned that. I don't know how much that helps the case, but I'm glad I learned it. I hate these kinds of people more than anything. You mean ace detectives? No, I'm fine with ace detectives. Oh, so then you must mean thieves. No, they're alright too. I just hate thieves that pretend to be. That is a very... I think that's a very niche, like, subset of people here that are like, oh, I hate people that... There's nothing I hate more than cowardly men. By the way, did you go to Detective Atmey's office anyway? Oh, I think she said why, not what. Well, as the trial went on, I started to get more and more anxious. I went there to try and find out more about the real criminal. The real criminal? Yes, obviously the real Mask is not my Ronnie, right? Yeah. And Detective Atmey knew more about Mask than anyone else. They mentioned him on the Great People Around Town segment on TV. So then, you went there to ask him questions? That's right, do whatever doing whatever it takes to save your man like that is a real ride or die. Like Ronnie's found a perfect one. His secretary said the ace detective isn't in right now, but I forced my way past her and into his hideout. That bag was sitting right there on top of the table. Oh yeah, we saw that pad there yesterday too. I love how it still looks like a bag, like just .jpeg that was put in there. There's nothing lower than someone who would try to pin a crime on someone else. Do you know about KB Security? Of course I do. That's where my Ronnie works. So she thinks he still works there, huh? And yet, according to what we heard today... Don't tell me you don't know. He was once an employee of KB Security. My entire... Is that thunder I'm hearing? Alright, because I know, like, it's supposed to be storming again, hence the part 2. It just... Very nice on how, like, you know... It just constantly be storming now. But I thought that was just thunder. I could have my desk rumbling a bit, but I don't think that's what it was. Ronnie quit. He doesn't work there anymore. Except Miss Delight doesn't know. KB Security is only about 20 minutes away by motorcycle, that is. Larry told me it takes 30 minutes by car. I'll have to admit, I tend to fly pretty fast on my bike. You sure you aren't literally flying? I'll give you a ride sometime, or better yet, how about now? I mean, I need to get to KB Security, so sure. Why don't you tell us where it is and we'll go ourselves? What a scaredy cat you are, Nick. Miss Delight told us the location of KB Security. Okay, now I can actually go investigate there, because that's what I wanted. I guess straight to the CEO's office. Guess just waltz right in. That is a weird painting. I thought that was someone screaming in the painting. I thought I don't have a cursor to like draw it, but like I thought it was like someone laying down with there. I didn't realize it was a wave just because of the reflection and all that. It would take someone laying down, and then like in their hand was like another like doll screaming. So I guess this is where it all went down, huh? It wasn't here what thick, just like you'd expect in a CEO's office. What does that have to do with anything? Hey, it's you guys. Hi, Gumshoe. See, I was a real train wreck for you guys, huh? Sure was, pal. That prosecutor made real fools out of us. Don't speak like him, I don't steal his thing. Yeah, I feel for you. Well, that's not like you at all. I thought it'd be more like, oh, that was great. You guys got what you deserve. Something to that effect. Do I really sound like that to you, pal? It's a Gumshoe fits. That's a clever pun. Point is, I can tell when someone puts their heart into their jobs, and I can sympathize when things don't go your way. Sometimes I feel like wrong is the only way things go for us detectives. I had no idea Detective Gumshoe was such... Are you serious? You had no idea he was a nice guy? He had saved our ass on so many occasions. Now, if this little love fest is over, maybe we could start investigating. I mean, I guess... What happened? Detective Gumshoe, tell us what you know about the murder. I want all the details. Every little last bit of them. But the thing is, I'm not really supposed to. What about put our hearts into our work? Things are really working against us right now, and we need help. I tell you, just don't start crying on me, okay, pal? The victim's name is Kane Bullard. Why does he look like that one dude that was, what is his name? He's a comedian, like, Joey Diaz, I think, or something like that. Yeah, it looks like Joey... Let me make sure I get the name right. I'm looking this up real quick. Is this right? Yeah, Joey Diaz. Like, he looks like... He looks like a... Not, I was gonna say, like, a younger or older. I don't know which it would be for him. But he looks like Joey Diaz. He was the CEO of KB Security and a pretty big fella in his own right. His corpse was discovered at 9 this morning. The estimated time of death was 11 in the morning on October 12th. Cause of death was a blunt force trauma to the head, probably an object in this room. But the exact same time that Mask the Mask was stealing the urn, huh? So why take almost an entire day to discover the body? There's good explanation for that one. Bullard's body was stashed away inside that safe. Safe? Well, it is pretty big. Nobody had heard from him when they opened the safe this morning. Out he came. Oh, that would be... That's horrifying. I think we still need some more information about Mr. Bullard. Maybe we could start by getting the man's name right. I guess more about them. So, what happened to Mask the Mask? He's at the detention center screaming like a madman. I mean, he was doing that beforehand, but... Investigate me again, he keeps yelling. No, I didn't mean him. He's not the real thief anyway, right? Oh, you mean that detective at me? No, that was great. That guy got what he deserved. Now that's a detective I know and love. Think about it. Atme was always around when a calling card showed up, but he always mysteriously disappeared when the heist took place. I was hiding at the crime scene. Yeah, right. That's the lamest thing I ever heard. Say you just knew he was the thief. I mean, I did call it. I called it the moment I saw Atme that he was actually the thief. I do feel clever about that one, even though I think it was kind of supposed to be in plain sight. That would explain how he was able to retrieve the stolen item he kept bragging about. He just did that to make himself look like a great detective, that's all. But there's this one thing I can't figure out about his first heist. Yeah, the Tier of Emanon case. There was a witness on that one. A witness? Here, I saved the newspaper clipping. Since the thief is already under arrest, you guys can keep it. What does it say? Hey, this guard here, haven't I seen him before? It's pretty small, but it's kind of hard to see, but now that she mentions it... Wait, let me look at the... Where's the newspaper clipping? Is that... The hair kind of looks like Ron. Interesting. That's... Huh. So, I don't know if it was maybe blackmail or something. I mean, it was blackmail over him. Maybe Ron stole it. Maybe Ron stole the jewel. And he used it as blackmail to keep Ron... Well, not to keep Ron. In order to, like, make the whole mask-to-mask thing, like, you know, big and popular. And he would have an aid in security to do it. That prosecutor, I really don't like that guy. The way he used our own evidence to do that to Mr. Delight. Yeah, I think he did that way because he knew it would hurt more. That's what my gut tells me anyway. So who's that Java-addicted mass maniac anyway? Yeah, you're right. Like, Java addiction's bad. Like, that's why you use C# instead. Prosecutor Goda, he's quite the enigma, huh? Thing is, pal, I never even heard of the guy before. He just showed up one day at the prosecutor's office, came out of nowhere. Oh, I accidentally pressed A too fast. According to the records, but he's an amateur. He's an iceman in court, a maverick that gives me goosebumps. Goosebumps? You? Yeah, I knew something was off about him, so I asked around. Nobody would talk to me. They all just turned the other way. I had no idea you were so unpopular. That's not what I meant. That Goda acts like he knows me and has a grudge against me. I get the feeling he's hiding some kind of dark secret. I wonder what the mask thing is. Like, what the point, for lack of a better term, what the point of the mask is. Let's examine. What do we got here? I mean, obviously this big folder. Check out this big, thick binder here. With the heavy lifting to me, Nick. Reading a file isn't exactly backbreaking work. It's just a little hard on the eyes. What'd you find out? This file, it's not about any sort of security operations or anything. This file is all about mask to mask. It's filled with info on him. What kind of info? It's filled with incredibly detailed information about his methods and the crime scenes. Hey, Nick, look at that last page. It's a tier of eminent $100,000. This looks like a list of all the treasures that Mask to Mask stole. Didn't it say... I thought it said 50. I thought it was for 50 grand. So then $100,000 the value of the stolen item? I don't know, that number sounds kind of low to me. I think I better secretly make a copy of this list. Just don't show Gumshoe that you're putting it in the, like, copy machine. Can I look into the safe? Think about it, that guy laying in here all night. Yeah, oh, by the way, don't ask about fingerprints, there were none. Someone opened the safe on the night of crime, right? Yeah, and so, well, Mr. Bullard's body was hidden in there. Must mean it was opened by either the killer or the victim, right? I guess so. Got some bad news for you, pal. Are you ready? Opening this baby is no piece of cake. Only a few people who know how to open up this safe, pal. Everyone that knows how to open the safe had airtight alibis. I checked. Everyone except one, that is. Most afraid to ask. Former security chief Ron Delight. I mean, I could see him being a security chief. So you know how to open the safe, huh? Yeah, start for ring on your parade there. I mean, there's a giant red button. I kind of want to press it. Oh, there's a button. I'm glad she had the same instincts I did, but yeah, don't. That's kind of loud. That's pretty funny. I never knew Detective Gumshoe would jump like that. What's that button anyway? It's emergency buzzer. It says right there on the pan. Oh, I couldn't read that. You're right. It's written right there. How many times have I told you to read the instructions? I'm sorry. This alarm's connected to the basement guard room. It's used as some security up here. It's possible on the night of the crime. Oh, so when the CO was attacked, do you think that maybe you pressed the buzzer? I thought about that, so I asked around down there, but they said the buzzer never went off that night. Also, we couldn't find any fingerprints on the buzzer. Mr. Bullard, the victim, wasn't wearing any gloves, by the way, just so you know. I think I better go talk to that guard about this emergency buzzard. I know they mentioned something about figuring out more information about Kane, but I don't know if he's the person I want to talk to. What can you tell me about, I guess, about Luke? Not Luke at me. Yeah, sure, why not? Actually, how do I... Oh, yeah, I need to go to present. And if not him, then I guess that line was to give me a hint to tell me to go taught to the people down there about him. Tell us more about this Mr. Shane Bullard. That's Kane Bullard, not Shane Bluebeard, pal. Oh yeah, the victim in this case doesn't make much of an impression on Joey Diaz makes an impression on everyone. We're the victim up until Mr. Bullard was found dead. Yeah, and his body wasn't discovered until this morning. Anyway, we don't have enough information yet. Can you help us out? I'm actually a little confused myself. For some reason, I'm just babbling like an idiot right now. Now's our chance to get more info about the victim, so hurry up and ask. Oh. What do you want to ramble about? Can you tell us more? You're the CEO of KB Security, right? What kind of company is it anyway? Well, the company basically sends security teams out to buildings to guard them. He must have had a chance to learn a lot of secrets doing this kind of work. So he's kind of like a mob type of thing. Well, not mob, but he learns a bunch of secrets by running actual security. He's a security company that learned a bunch of dark secrets. And I don't know how to put this, but the guy was kind of a money grubber. I just love money. I can't ever get enough. Please stop winning in towards me like that. You aren't getting to my wallet. You're a lawyer, right? You got this, even though apparently you're not really paid. Anyway, it looks like he did some pretty shifty stuff to earn his millions. So that's my problem. I need to be shiftier. Apparently, he was involved in selling trade secrets between rival companies. That's pretty dirty and underhand. Would that be classified as insider trading, or is that this? I don't know if that's a whole other crime or if it's even a crime. Yeah, oh, KB Security used to head security operations against Mask to Mask. Yeah, and after screwing up so many times, the company's reputation really took a nosedive. So it really was Bullard who sent Ron the blackmail letter, huh? I don't know about that. Well, actually, what am I thinking about? Oh, the 50 grand was from this. I wonder if... Wait, if you don't, I'll take that red diamond you received the other day instead. What color was this again? Blue. Okay, so at least... So it's not talking about that. It might be talking about another heist thing. I don't think there's anything really... I don't know if there's anything left for him. I guess let's go talk to the guards. This room is a mess. Oh yeah, I forgot. That's Larry's code, isn't it? Why is the floor like this? This really is something else. I'm trying to see if I recognize any of the backgrounds. I wonder if they have any security stuff from like past like scenes or something. Like they use CGs as like Easter eggs. Doesn't look like it. For a security office, it doesn't feel very secure. Oh, I just remember where he might be. Hey, Nick, what's up? He is here. How's it hanging, dude? And you got your sweet little Maya. You back off, dude. I told you last time there's three. I ain't giving up Maya, Dahlia, and Von Karma. Anyone else, say what you want. But back off on those three, man. Hi, Larry. Here I was working my fingers to the bone, and then walks an angel. Oh, come on. I don't even want to read that like that. Come on, Larry. No, that's not what we're here for. We're investigating the Bullard murder case. Huh? Oh, yeah, that's right. You're a lawyer, aren't you? So hopelessly clueless. Well, it's about a murder case, boy. I got some good info for you. I don't mind shit. Stop. Back off, dude. But Nick, here's a different story. I thought you two were old school buddies. That was then and this is now. Why are you making that face like that? You're just trying to get money out of me. Like, why are you trying to get money out of me, man? What's this good info you were talking about? Hey, I'm a guard, a pro. I can't just give away information for free. Can you talk to him, Maya? Alright, tell us already. What's the good info? Okay, really want to know? Tell me. Okay, so the thing is, Ron DeLight was an employee here. Naturally, since I'm a pro, I looked into his background. Follow me? I'm following. Well, 1 year ago, Ron DeLight was fired. There was no warning at all. It just happened all of a sudden. I know this is a small company, but I think that was pretty awful. Guess they must have done something bad to have gotten fired like that. Or maybe skipping out of work to go pick up hot I don't think that's Ron. I don't think he's going around town trying to pick up hot chicks in a hot ride. No, that's just, a security guard. So what's it like to be a part-time security guard? Let me tell you, it's tough. Well, you know me. I get by all right, I guess. First, I have to keep an eye on these monitors all the time. But you weren't even you're not even looking at them right now. You weren't here when we walked in. Monitors. There are security cameras set in each room around the building. It's really hard. Sometimes I feel like my eyes are going to fall out. And if I see something suspicious, I have to contact one of the teams. Security teams for this company, they're supposedly the best in the business. But I'm no amateur either. So if something's small, I don't bother calling them. You basically watch I mean, they would be really boring considering the fact that, like, nothing really is going on. You were in the office when the murder took place, weren't you? Why do you say that? This is just a part-time job for me. I can't operate the equipment, and I'm dumb. Even if it's part-time and you're dumb, you're still in charge of security. Don't try to pin the whole thing on me. That's not fair. I don't think you expect someone like him to take any responsibility. You were here that night, though, right? Oh, come on. Why are you lying about this, man? I knew something smelled bad, and it was the butts after all. Well, it's like I always say, that was then and this is now. Want me to guess go look at the Cyclops? Let's go see. I don't know if I have anything to present for him, but... Deny the crime. On the night of the crime, you were working hard like you were supposed to? Of course I was. Why wouldn't I have been? And then you sneak out of work just yesterday to go see Miss Delight? But that was that, and this is this. Is there any chance you snuck out of work last night too? Never, I didn't sneak out. I'll tell you what, I'll bet you $1. What's with that drench in the rain, puppy look on your face? Do you have evidence I left my position, or are you just pulling my chain? Oh, I don't have that. I don't think I have enough evidence yet. I should investigate and gather more clues, I guess. Let's look around. Oh, what is this green thing right here? That's my partner's seat. Well, that's what I call her. Hey, doing? It's cute. Girl, where is so fun to me? I'm doing well. How about you? And yeah, it both fits him and doesn't at the exact same time. Because every time I think of a security guard, like in terms of like the part-time security guards that just watch the TV monitor, I always think of like the trope of them just like falling asleep on the job, and it just fits him. Also, this place is a mess. He made it into his own personal like room, which I kind of respect. There's tea spilled all over that machine, you know. Oh, don't worry about it. Just the other day, I spilled some chocolate milk on mine. Still works fine, more or less. They really know how to build. Dude, spilling chocolate milk over the keyboard, that sounds horrible. That just sounds like it's all gunk. It's all sticky now. Like that keyboard's just ruined. What's this poster? Something's around this poster. It guards 5 commandments. What are they? Let's see what it says. 1, obey thy superior. 2, respect. Oh, this is 3, smile. This is just indoctrination, or however that word's pronounced. I'm not good with speaking like that. 4, salute. Buy donuts for thy superior upon command. Wendy Old. Oh, come on. There's no escape. There's no escape from her. There's no way. There's no way she's the head supervisor here. She's one tough old girl, let me tell you. Glad to hear. Yeah, it's kind of like both important but also low pressure in a way that fits Larry. Some room for negligence most of the time. Oh yeah, enough room to where he's able to just full out leave on the job and no one even really notices, I guess. I mean, given if Wendy Oldbag's the supervisor, he probably, knowing him, he's probably just the way he is towards people, probably wins her over. So he could probably do whatever he wants because of that. Cross her and you come face to face with a real genuine ray gun. At least did she keep the ray gun? Sounds scary. Well, fortunately, she's on vacation. That's why I'm so relaxed right now. Oh, I didn't mean to like press that again. Hey, Larry, that's your jacket, isn't it? That's right. Did you know you hung this right on top of some kind of lever? Yeah, sure. I'll still never ever touch that lever. She's scouting and huffed at me. Something terrible will happen if you do. Got it, Greenhorn? So why do you hang your jacket on such an important lever? Because it got me curious. If the jacket weight pulls the lever down, that's what they call an accident. Doesn't the suspense just kill you? Don't you want to know what will happen? The important lever, aka the coat rack. I mean, if looking at the way how high up it is off the ground, it's honestly, it fits. You just got to make sure if you like pull it down off the I forgot the word for a hanger for a second. I'm very smart. Pull it off the hanger. You don't accidentally just yank it and pull it all the way down. I am curious on what it does. I wonder if it's like that button that's upstairs. Yeah, but for a different reason. There's another lever right. Oh, I can't press on this lever. Let's see. Well, let's kind of press on. Take a look at these things here. Hey, Larry, what are they? Hey, man, it's not like I have to know what they are to do my job. I always thought they were just some kind of decoration or something. What, the fancy bright lights, they're just there. It's like RGB lights on a computer, or like how they're, well, like I say on a computer, they're in everything now. You got RGBs in your mouse, on your keyboard, in your fan. Like, not even like a PC fan, like just in a normal fan. You gotta have RGB everywhere. I kind of understand where the butts is coming from here. Oh boy. How does this guy ever get a job here anyway? What's on the... I can't click on the chocolate milk. I can't click on... Are those chicken... I don't think those are chicken nuggets. Those are too yellow. I don't know what those are. Those screens there show what's going on all over the building everywhere. It's my job to keep a steady eye on them. All of them. Oh, I actually pressed A too fast. Can you watch regular TV on these too? Families sitting here watch TV instead of working. It's Larry. Hey, I'm a pro. Besides, you can't get regular TV on it. How do you know that he tried? Like, let's be honest. Because that was my first bit of investigation, if you know what I mean. I know what you're thinking. It was a professional investigation, alright? What else? Oh, there was something I could grab here. That's my workstation. Pretty cool, huh? Keep a steady eye on the monitors and use that mic for communicating. Look, all this equipment must be hard to operate. No biggie. I think there's an instruction manual somewhere in this room. Somewhere. What are you gonna do in an emergency? Well, I guess I'd start by calmly looking for the instruction manual. During that time, my partner, the old lady, would calmly look for her reading glasses. That's what our security professionals call teamwork. This place is screwed. I mean, let's say if something ever happens, the CEO was murdered, something happened, and this place is kind of screwed. So I think my statement of it, they're screwed if something ever happens, is a bit late. What's that supposed to mean? Do I even have, like, is there even anything I could do for... Like, I need something to prove that he is lying. I don't know if there's anything left on how he wouldn't be there. Because I've gone to the mess. I guess go to At Me Detective Agency. Whoa, this place is literally crawling with cops. What do you expect now that they know he was actually masked to mask? This must be incredibly embarrassing for them, don't you think? Guess they're trying to make up for it by tearing the place apart. Gumshoe was nowhere to be seen. Yeah, because you just saw him at KB Security. He was just there. You talked to him. You had a conversation with him, and he's still there. He has a job to do. Well, he is a homicide detective. He's probably working on the murder case. But wasn't he in charge of the mask and mask investigation all the way up to yesterday? Well, murder case is a lot more exciting, isn't it? You'd say something like, there's nothing like a good murder case, pal. We can go ask him that. We can go see if he would say that. I do find it funny that the one case that I went into saying, hey, we finally have a murder like a non-murder case, we're just dealing with simple robbery, somehow managed to blindside me by actually turning once again into a murder case. There's no escape from it. And we did it ourselves. We proved our client's guilt by proving his innocence, which I still think is just it's a power move. Like, I am not guilty of robbery because I killed him. It's kind of a power move. Points for the quality of the impression, but I'm not sure Gumshoe has bloodlust. If he snaps, that's what's going to be scary. Like, he's a kind soul. The moment he snaps, we're all done for. I guess there's just going to be nothing here for me to look at. Main exhibition hall. The Treasures of Crane exhibit is all ruined now. I'm sorry, it's just so sad. This is our big chance for everyone to learn about spirit channeling. Oh yeah, I forgot about that power move, how this case switches up. Yeah, that case switching up blindsided me, like, hard. Because I thought it was going to be kind of like the first chapter of this game where like the first chapter was just a trial. I thought maybe, okay, this is going very smoothly. Like, we proved that, like, it was actually the ace detective that was masked to mask, which I feel smart for calling, to be honest. And then everything went smoothly. I thought it was just going to be, oh, now it's going to be the investigations it's gonna be one investigation, one trial, and then we have like, you know, a full 2-day case, and then chapter 4 of like 3-day case is like the 4 cases. If there is only 4, maybe if there is 5, it would be like 2 3-day cases or 2 2-day or whatever. And then that just blindside just switching like, oh, you thought this was something simple. No, your client's guilty. You proved it. GG's easy. Move on next. And I don't know if I have any evidence that Ron didn't do it. Like, everything does point to him doing it, or at least Ron probably knows who did do it. And he hasn't said anything. It's fun getting some time of lower stakes solving a non-murder. Yeah, it was nice just having a simple robbery case, and then Godot got me good. He got me good. Well, now we got Spirit Urn bet. Maybe they can reopen it. I still believe that that's the same urn. I don't have the urn anymore. I gave it to Pearls. But the urn, like, was all smooth and stuff. But here, it's all broken up. It says I am. And that one had pink paint all over it and said Amy. And it was apparently smooth. And we saw pink paint in the basement. And so I think that there's something there. Godot is good. I'm really curious on what's up with him. Especially with the mask. I don't know if the mask is just there for aesthetics or if it has an actual reason behind it. Someone's going to have to bring it up eventually. And part of me hopes it has like a deep reason that you would never expect. The part of me just says, I wear it because I like it. Because I think it looks cool. Sure, maybe we could label it the Urn of Mass to Mass Desires. That is something completely different. Nick, do not say that. That would probably attract a lot of attention. That's brilliant, Nick. Wait, clean up and be filthy rich. Wow, that was surprisingly easy. I guess maybe I just do have evidence that he was actually, you know, not here. I guess let's try. What do we got? We got 2 lies we gotta solve. Deny the crime. Deny crime. Were you working hard like you were supposed to? What? Huh? Of course I was. Why wouldn't I have been? But then you just sneak out of work yesterday to go see her. But that was that and this. Is there any chance that you snuck out of work last night too? I didn't sneak out. I'll tell you what. I'll bet you even $1. With that, do you have evidence that I left my position or you just pulling my chain? The evidence that Larry was not manning a station when the murder happened is... camera data, that's the warehouse. Security camera. Found in the KB security building at around 1 a.m. the night of the crime. Found in Ron's wallet. Would it be... Might actually be the wallet here. Because the time of death is 1 a.m. And if you found the wallet... I forget where it was found. Because it just says found in the building. Maybe it was... I'm trying to remember. Was it the lobby? I guess. This wallet. You know about this, right? I've never seen it before. Liar, you hand-delivered this wallet to Miss Delight just yesterday. Give me a break. You can't expect me to remember every little thing that happens. Well, I do expect you to remember something that just happened just don't listen, you're giving him too much credit. I don't remember what fully happened yesterday. I don't know what fully happened a couple hours ago. Well, to be fair, my memory is cooked. And a couple hours ago, I was asleep. And so that also wouldn't help. But it cut him some slack there, Nick. What time was it when you found this wallet? I guess around 1 in the morning on the first floor of our company building. 1 o'clock in the morning, huh? That's right. In other words, Larry, at the time of the murder, you were away from the security guard office. Oh. Alright, I guess I did have proof this entire time. There's something you didn't think about. What's that? My shift that day didn't start until 10 p.m. The murder might have snuck in before then. What do you mean by that? If the murder snuck in before 10 p.m., then it wasn't my fault. It was the fault of the guy whose shift was before mine. What? Listen up, Larry. We know that beyond a shadow of a doubt that the killer snuck into the office after 10 p.m. during your shift. And why do I know that? It was because... I guess... Would it just be the card again? Like, is it the same? Is it pretty much the same general vibe again? Larry, when you use this card, does it leave a record? Yeah, it does, but I can't show the record just to anyone you know. That key card data was already made public in the trial today. I didn't know that. Any kind of request for info like that is supposed to go through me. Yeah, you're a part-time guard. You're not even full-time. You're not even the supervisor. Wait, where's this arrogance coming from? Anyway, according to the data, the door to the CEO's office was open with this card. Furthermore, it was most definitely used at 1 a.m., the time of the murder. No way. Someone used this to go in the CEO's office. That happened at 1 a.m. on the night of the crime, right in the middle of your shift. Oh, Larry, you can't duck your responsibilities this time. You gotta give me evidence and testimony that's most likely gonna be bad testimony that we're gonna have to find contradictions in and then throw the entire thing out. But tell me anyway, what did actually happen? I knew it. It's all my fault. It's my fault the boss was killed. My fault. There was nothing I can do. I have important issues to deal with too, man. So, what did happen that night? My Donna happened? Your Donna? I got a bad feeling about this. Yeah, my Donna called and said I have to talk to you right away. So I went to see her, and he was standing right there next to her. Who? Her new boyfriend. It was like some horrible joke. He reminds me of Fry from Futurama right now, where, like, the first episode. Like, I'm trying to remember the exact scene, but where she just pulls him in the car and says, I don't think good, and then just drives away, like, with another dude. He seems to have Fry, like, type of luck. Before I knew what was going on, the guy socked you. Why did he just punch you? What did you do? No, man, I'm the one that does the punching. Isn't that right, Maya? Sure. So is that why you left the security guard office? I'm sorry, it's all my fault. How can I ever make up for it, Nick? What can I do? He's curled up on the floor crying like a baby. Well, now that you mention it, Larry does remind me of Fry. Now, a lot of... I feel like Butts actually would be very similar now I think about it. Like, because he would go for Leela as well. He would also go for Amy. Like, he fits the archetype very cleanly. Like, there are some differences. I think, you know, Fry, you know, it's going to sound dumb to say because how, you know, dumb Fry is. I think Fry's a bit more intelligent, just a little bit, not much. Both of them are about the same, I think, books-wise, but I think, you know, Fry growing up in the mean streets of New York, I think taught him a little bit how to navigate alien life in terms, like, dealing with flying to other planets. I don't think Butts would have the same experience there, but is there anything I could do? Anything, just name it. I'll do whatever I have to make up for it. I swear I will. Go to the year 3000. Hey, Nick, as long as he's offering, why don't you show him the evidence we've got? What do you mean? She's right. Maybe we'll get at least one bit of useful... Nick. So I'm supposed to show him evidence? If he fell in the cryo tube, he would definitely not be as chill about it as I think Fry was. Like, Fry was cheering. He was happy. I think Larry, they would eventually, I think, go down the same path, like, somewhat, assuming he had a, you know, rich relative like Farnsworth to mooch off of. But I think he would have just taken the chip implant and just gone to work without saying anything. He would have just done it. He would be a delivery boy without, you know, he wouldn't be a Point Express. Fry was such an interesting character like that and how he took it in stride. Oh yeah, Fry is goated. I love Futurama. And, well, by saying I love Futurama, I'm not a fan of the Hulu seasons. The Comedy Central stuff, like the movies and all that was Some of the seasons after that were the Hulu ones, not, they ain't for me. They're just not from me. What? Connect to the basement security guard office. I feel like it's either one of these two things, but this one says security guard off. Oh yeah, I forgot to do present. The buzzer in the CO office directly connected to this room, right? That's right. Just like my heart is connected to your Maya. Back up, dude. Come on, man. Go ahead, Maya. Press the buzzer in your heart. You need to be locked up. We gotta lock you up. That was pretty good. Thanks, I try. Do you think you'd tell us about the buzzer now? Please tell us. I guess so. Prepare to be wowed. Alright, I guess. Let's see. What does the emergency buzzer do? Actually, I pressed the buzzer earlier. Yeah, I heard it. So that was you, huh? You're a security guard, aren't you? Why didn't you come to the CEO's office? Well, this is the third floor of the basement. The CEO's office is on the first floor. I thought it'd be a good idea to, adopt a wait-and-see approach. There was just a murder there. For all you know, it could have been happening again. You kind of just chilled. Plus, there's a police detective here, right? I just didn't think it was... He's the detective. Except he's trying to win over for the laziest person on the planet. Let's get back to talking about the night of the murder, okay? Is it true the buzzer didn't go off that night? There must be a record, right? You must have had to look at it, right? Of course it did. I couldn't possibly have made a mistake either. You think you could take just one more look from me? Okay, I can't just say no to you, Maya. What do you think, Nick? Oh. It said he's probably right, but I actually pressed A too much, or either that or was supposed to cut off. What's wrong? I made a mistake. Who would have thought? Who would have ever expected that? Can't be, it's impossible. What about the records? That night, it went off just once in the morning at around 1 a.m. That's when the murder happened. Are you serious? That's terrible. It can't be. Went off once at 1:02 on October 12th in the CEO's office. We're starting to get some very specific times. Like, before we were getting like around 1 a.m. or near 1 a.m. We're getting very, very specific stuff. What do you got to say about it? You guys have really made me reflect on the way I've been living. But the only problem is, with all this reflecting, where's the time for love? I mean, I'm not gonna lie, like, that it's full of arrogance, but it is kind of a bar. Plus, do you honestly have any new info on the buzzer record? The record? No, nothing at all. Well, I guess that's that. I guess let's see if there's anything new. Nothing here. I guess I never did go back to the basement. Because I am curious on what this whole pink paint stuff is about. I also realized I have not been able to go to the detention center, unless I'm supposed to go to Wright & Co. office and then the detention center. But I haven't had the option to even go talk to Ron. Oh, hi Adrian. It's you. Miss Andrews. What's she still hanging around down here for? How's it going? What about the sacred urn? That's been taken care of already. What do you mean, oh, that? Taken care of, you mean it's been found? Yes. It was brought... I don't think it's the same urn. Or at least if it's the same urn, it got heavily messed with. Because actually, wasn't the urn we found a different color? Or am I mistaken on it being blue and the other one being like ceramic clay type of like brownish? Wow, really? Really are the greatest, Mr. Wright. Mr. Wright had nothing to do with... Wow. It was Master Matt's wife that found it. Well, anyway, I'm so relieved. Like, you're right about that, Ma. You don't gotta say it. I just heard all about it all in the news. So that detective was actually the thief all along. Looks that way right now. It's my fault. I'm the one who ended up hiring the mask to guard the treasures. Don't blame yourself. You were just doing your job. If she wants to apologize, you should let her. So, when was it that you hired Detective Atme again? About 20 days ago. And that's when... Oh, yeah, and when was it that Master Mask calling card arrived? That was about 10 days like ago, right? Okay, I'm glad I remember that. So he sent a calling card to the very place he was hired to guard. Guess that's it then. Detective Atme must have really wanted the sacred urn after all. Guess so. Well, I don't know. Master Mask couldn't have been the murderer because he was here stealing. And unless the stealing didn't happen at 1, and it was like... It would have required a lot more work to forge the whole thing happening at 1. And just have everything... Especially because there's cameras right there, and it took the photo at around 1. Well, that's how things look right now. I thought he was here stealing the urn at the time. Well, we're talking about a criminal mastermind, so anything is possible. I don't think teleportation is at the moment. Let's get down to business already. On the night of the theft, did you notice anything suspicious about Detective Atme? No, I couldn't have. After all, he was hidden the entire time. I never even caught a glimpse of him. Claims that's the way he always operates. That's just what he says so we can have an alibi while he commits the theft himself. Yeah, he was caught in the crime scene photo dressed up as Master Mask pretty well. Okay, and so yeah, I just realized how specific that time is. Like that's even down to the second. Like there's no more rounds or near or anything. That is 12:58, 43 seconds. What about the sacred urn? I'm so glad you got your sacred urn back. But there's still something that bothers me about it. What is it? I'm not exactly sure. But somehow the urn that came back... Why do I notice, right, and you don't? I'm surprised Maya and Pearls don't notice. Especially Pearls, considering she's the one that broke it in the first place. Really? You wouldn't know anything about that, would you, Miss Andrews? No, I don't know anything. Why? Oh, come on, stop. Why are we lying? Why are we lying? What could he be lying about? What do you think this means, Nick? It means that the person that holds the secret to the mystery of the sacred urn is our very own Miss Andrews. What do I need to talk? Like, what's her lie here? What are you lying about? I guess you're the one that fixed up the urn? Oh yeah, because she did mention she polished it and did all that. But then why would she have the exhibit poster be the broken up one? Miss Andrews, do you know anything about the sacred urn? Do I know anything? I'm in charge of the entire treasure exhibit. You know, that was submitted before the court today. It's obviously not the same urn as before. Well, that's, true. Maybe it isn't the same. It could be. It could be a fake. Fake. You're the one who said it wasn't the same, so that's the most obvious explanation. Do you have any evidence the urn that was submitted at the trial was genuine? No. I don't think so. 'Cause I don't even have the sacred urn. Well, I don't have anything there. I'm gonna go try to see if I can go to the detention center by going to like the Wright & Co office and then like move in there, because it might be one of those things. There we go. I already told you it's not me. A sad, pitiful one that tappers in the silence. Sounds like they're interrogating Mr. Delight right now. We don't have enough time as it is. Guess the police are going crazy just like we are. Yesterday they thought he was just a thief and now they got a murder case on their hands. Guess that guard over there looks a bit on edge too. That guard he's been chill for all 3 games. I don't think if he looks on edge now, he's been on edge the entire time, including when you were in here. Twice, actually. No, he looks pretty chill. He looks pretty locked in. Come on, we'll just have to come back later. Okay, that... Uh-huh. What do you got to... What do I do here? So, what do we do? Isn't it obvious? We should get there and investigate the murder. Well, first we need to find out exactly where KB Security is located. I've done that. Hey, why don't we ask Mr. Dwight? She should know. Besides, I want to ask her some stuff about motorcycles. You're not thinking of getting one, are you? I'm the same little Maya used to be happy for her dinky little bike. Speaking of asking around, I've got a few questions of my own from Mr. Delight. Let's make sure to go to... I tried to go to the detention center. I couldn't. So, what about the sacred urn? Must be relieved we got the sacred urn back, huh? You bet. But there's something a little different about it. Don't question mark me. It's pretty obvious, isn't it? I mean, take a look at this. It clearly says I am on the urn in the poster. But the urn we got back says Amy like it always used to. You're right. Plus, the face has pink splotches on it now. I'm sure they weren't there before. Maya doesn't know, but 1 year ago when the urn was broken, the repairer accidentally turned Mystic Amy's name into I am. And that repairer was one mechanically unskilled Little Pearls. But still, I don't remember ever seeing pink splotches on it. Is it possible that urn is a fake? I'm sure Pearls will find out about it once she gets back to Korean Village. Now I think about it, Maya hasn't been back to Korean Village in a long time. It's never brought up how she could read our thoughts and read our silence. Like, we have thought things she has responded to. If I ... question mark in response, she will perfectly call out that don't ... question mark me. And Nick had just no response on how'd you even know I did that? Like, Maya has some fourth wall breaking powers that are just never addressed because she reads our mind, she reads our emoticons. Next thing I know, she's gonna start talking, like the AOL like chat bubble type of things that have like, I guess like kind of like the Lenny face. I forgot what they're exactly called, the ASCII emojis. Like she's gonna start speaking in those, and we're just not even gonna question it. Guess people still go to Korean Village to do their training, right? If you want to become a spirit medium, you need to undergo severe training. So why haven't you been training lately? Well, I've been thinking about heading to a channeling dojo to do just that. Channeling dojo? Sounds pretty serious, whatever that is. If you're gonna train, you have to be serious, otherwise real tragedy is gonna happen. I don't know why when I thought of channeling dojo, my brain instantly just flashed back to like, what was it? What's the name of the thing? It's in Club Penguin. I don't know why my mind went to it. It's the dojo in Club... Oh, the Card-Jutsu dojo. It reminded me of that for some reason. To where I just immediately thought that she's gonna go do that. I don't know why that came to my mind. I've not thought about that in so long. And immediately just like, she's gonna go play some Card-Jutsu. Is that what happened last year still bothering you? I would be pretty traumatized if the first thing that happened after I undergo, like, this is gonna be my first real channeling, was a murder case. Which I feel bad for her. She always seems to be caught up in this. And it always involves family members too. But when a medium uses the Korean technique, she temporarily loses her own will. So when an especially strong spirit is summoned, the spirit medium can get taken over and even forced to commit terrible crimes. What's worse, in those cases, the spirit medium has no memory of what happened. That murderer wasn't your fault, Maya. You know that, don't you? Suppose not, but because I'm still a little shaken up, that's all. Sounds like being the Master Korean is going to be a heavy responsibility. So, I've learned nothing here. In my mind, the Reed and Boyd text thing represents how well they know each other. They could tell by the change in their expression. Bet Phoenix is easy to read. Oh, yeah, Phoenix, I imagine, has like some of the easiest facial expressions to read. Especially, like, this dude I don't think could lie to save his life. Like... He can't play poker because he has absolutely no poker face. I mean, this is the same dude that, like I said earlier in the stream, like in the first game, on 3 different occasions, had evidence that proves that this person is a killer. Has proof that, and it's rock solid, airtight, that this will 100% put him away. And in his mind, in his genius, he's like, why don't I go present this to them and say, what do you think about this? Now, if you gave him poker, you gave him, I forgot what the best hand in poker is. If he had a like a royal flush or whatever it is, like the one where it's a flush and all, like a straight flush or something like that, whenever all the suits are the same, and it's like, I think it's Jack, Queen, King, Ace, and a 10. I forgot what that's called, but he's gonna have that. Everyone's gonna fold because everyone's gonna know. There's no bluffing with him. He's just straight dumb. Okay, so now I could talk to you. I apparently talked to Maya about Korean Village. We need to fix that haircut of yours eventually, but we'll get to that later. Mr. Delight, did they finish their interrogation? Yes, but please don't leave me alone anymore. Mr. Delight, you lied to us before, didn't you? Oh, you see. On the same night, the cigarette room was stolen from the Orderly Taylor department store. The blackmail letter got summoned to the KB security to hand over some money. And that's where the CEO came board was murdered. But there's only one Ron Delight, am I right? So the only question is, where were you that night? This time I want to hear the whole truth. Your life depends on it. They will just give you the chair if you are lying to me. Tell me what happened. Mr. Delight, you still insist that you are mask to mask? Isn't that what I've been saying since yesterday? Phoenix confronted the CEO as both dumb and brave. He didn't really know how the world works. Innocent vibe. My thing is that if he just did it that once, it's like, okay, it's an innocent vibe. Like, it was his first real case on his own. He was just clueless and dumb, young and stupid and whatnot. The thing is, he didn't learn his lesson. He did that again by talking to, what's her name? I think it was it was either the producer or director for the TV show. I forgot which one was the, like, woman in all black. That, like, was, I think, with a pipe. He then did it again. And then, after that, he did it a third time with Von Karma. You would think after, like, once, like, you know, almost meeting his end of being framed for murder, he would have learned his lesson and not do that again. And then the Yakuza got involved and got very lucky that gumshoe broke in. After that, and then I thought he learned his lesson. The next trial, he didn't do it. The case after that with Von Karma, Hey, Von Karma, I could put you away for this like 10-year long conspiracy. At least he seems to figure by the end of the first game. Oh, if I was still doing it now, this case would be over. I mean, to be fair, I wouldn't even know who to present evidence to say you did it, because as far as I can tell, Ron did it. Like, and he's already arrested. He's already in prison, and they already think he did it. I already proved he's guilty. Tell me about it. To be honest, it's starting to get irritating. But listen, Mr. Delight, at the trial today, we learned the true identity of the thief, didn't we? Oh, he's losing it. Take a good look, everyone. Unable to find a rival worthy of my genius, I was forced to create one by myself. Here I am, the tragic clown. Guess it's true. I wasn't the one who stole that urn. Of course not. After all, you were at KB Security at the time. So then the person dressed up as Master Mask in this photo, it's gotta be Detective Atney. I mean, the tassels are the same, though, but at the same time, he is just a big Master Mask fan. It still bothers me that he has the hot air balloon with the calling card thing on it that no one but the police knew. That part that part bothers me. I still don't know what that's all about, or if he's that big of a fanatic, or he knows. So that night, you didn't go to Lori Taylor. You went to KB Security, right? Yes, I went to KB Security at the time the blackmail note said I should. What happened next? Well, I used to work there, so I knew where the CEO's office was. I knocked, but there was no answer. So then I used the key card to unlock the door. It's probably when he dropped his wallet. When I went to the CEO's office, someone was in there. Who? Then suddenly they bashed me over the head. Bam! Was it Kane Bower that hit you? I don't know. The person ran away while I was still stunned. I mean, the silhouette was of, you know, the ace detective. When I came to my senses, the sight I saw left me speechless. The dead body of the CEO was right there in front of me. Thought I'd die myself. Was that word always on his profile? Okay, I was just making sure I didn't miss her if that was something that grew after, you know, he was starting to die. Or, like, you know, might have been poison. Anyway, thought I should do something with the What? You didn't report. You're in a security building with a bunch of people around that are literally trained to do this. You didn't say, hey, the CEO has been murdered. You decided, oh, I need to stuff his body in a safe. What? Come on, Ron. Come on, man. I used to be the chief of one of the security teams, so I knew how to open it. What'd you do after that? Well, I got out of there, for starters. I was the one who set the security cameras in that building, so I knew how to avoid being spotted by them. All of a sudden, Mr. Delight kind of sounds like the murderer to me. That's what I've been saying. All the evidence points to him. Please don't say that. Why were you fired, at the very least? Mr. Delight, is it true that 1 year ago, you were forced to quit KB Security? How did you... Please don't tell Tessie, please. We haven't told anyone yet. It's just very lucky that she wasn't in the courtroom whenever that was said. Actually, it was said in the lobby, so I guess she wouldn't have been there. I suppose I'll have to tell her sometime. She'll find out eventually. Why I've been hiding it from her anyway? Tessie would despise me if she ever found out I was living a life of crime. A criminal, a thief. She would never forgive me. My marriage would be over. Knowing that, why'd you become a thief in the first place? Because Tessie spends money like it's water. There's no job in the world that could bring in enough money, except being a thief, at least. That's what I thought anyway. So he came mask to mask for Desiree, huh? What do you think about... Because I already presented a blackmail letter to him before. Can you tell me about, I guess, Kane Board? Hold up, I keep forgetting I have to get a present for this. I keep making that mistake. Mr. Board, my old boss, it's so sad. Do you have any idea what might have happened? Was there anyone that might have wanted him dead? Oh yeah, sure. Mr. Board was the type of guy who made lots of enemies. Did lots of threatening things to people. Wait, do you mean he scared people or that he threatened them with blackmail? Well, I guess they're kind of the same, right? Oh, we really are in another red-white like situation. I guess nothing there. What about Kane's list? This list we found at the office of the CEO, Mr. Board. This is a list of all the things Master Mask stole, and that's the value of each of the item listed next to him. 100,000, 150,000. Are you sure that's the value of the stolen items? The numbers seem a little low to me. Even on the black market, the price should be at least 3 times higher than that. Oh yeah, I guess I meant to ask him about the newspaper clipping because the hair somehow looked like him. I guess I just thought it wasn't connected because, like, it's a blue gem and he mentioned the red ring. Oh, Ron's design is Jack and the hair. Cute. Would be fun to cosplay him. The hair, like, seems like it would be a massive pain in the ass to get going, though. If you're, like, doing not, like, a wig thing. Like, where it's already, like, done like that. Just because the way, like, that... Having it curl, like, in a spiral on both sides, like, that seems like a pain. You need a wig or some serious dedication. Yeah, because you gotta have, like... I guess on the spot would be, like... I mean, I guess my hair would be long enough for it. Because I was about to say you need hair, like, at least down to, like, below your chest. And so, like, in order to sprout it up, but to also be that thick. Hey, this is an article about my debut heist. Like, I like his outfit. His outfit, like, I wouldn't wear it around like he does, just casually. Given it could have been because he was caught on the, you know, caught in the outfit. The hair, I don't know how he's still doing it in prison. Because you have to have a lot of, like, gel for that. Or, like, hairspray or something. And I know for a fact he does not have that in prison. For I knew it, they were hot on my tail, but mask to mask, he must have gotten away, right? It says in the article that he disappeared. Princess Leia, jealous of his hair. That's who I was thinking of, like... Because I know her design. I haven't really seen Star Wars, but I know of her design. But I was trying to think of who it was that his hair reminded me of. It's her. Like, it's like a more... I guess, poofy version from what I remember of it. That's right, I got a sunburst of inspiration. I hid my mask-to-mask costume in a nearby plastic bucket, and I quickly changed into my security guard uniform. Pretty clever, right? Wait, hold the phone. The guy in the photo, is that you? That's right, nice trick if I do say so myself. I see, easy to figure out. Even pros could see that, do that in a heartbeat. Yeah, she had tighter, more headphone, earmuff vibe, where his just spreads out. Yeah, it's like spread out. Is it curling in the back? Or is that part of it? Like, does he have curls back there as well? Like, I just saw, like, how it's dipping down there. But as you might expect, Detective Atme found the disguise. Troy deserves the title of ace detective. Like, is there a curl in the back? Because I don't think we've ever seen, like, his hair from the back. And I heard that he brought it home with him. So that's it. That's when Atme got his hands on this. Thanks to that, I got the chance to remake my costume. That must have been really time-consuming, huh? Took quite a while to complete. Anyway, a few days after that, I received the first of the blackmail letters. Blackmail letters? You got them starting to win? Hey, calm down. Don't get worked up. I mean, I feel like this is very... I mean, I guess he was telling the truth this entire time that, hey, I'm the one you're looking for. I'm the one doing all this. Like, I'm actually the thief. Like, please don't do this. It makes me wonder if he already... I mean, he already admitted he knew the murder. That could be why he was very insistent that I'm the thief, I'm no murderer, I'm just a thief. This case is, like, throwing me off for a loop because I thought that... So, I found you innocent in a crime that you're most likely guilty for. And by proving your guilt in a crime that you're most likely innocent? Even though you did some very dumb things, like stuffing the body in the safe. Like, why'd you do that, man? Like that. Like, your fingerprints are all over the body. This blackmail letter. Is this the first one you got? Of course not. This is the first one that ever called me out to a specific location. So, did you start receiving blackmail letters after this incident? Just a few days after the Tears of Eminent heist. That first letter, it said, I know you did it. So someone found out your true identity just like that? It's not easy being a master thief, you know. I got proof that it was you, so give up. It went on to say, so in the end, I had to give up the treasure. I went through all that trouble to steal. Hey, hang on a second, what do you mean you had to give it up? Oh, don't worry. After I put the jewel in the safe deposit box the letter specified, someone sent me 10 grand. Don't say anything about me being worried, you know. After that, I started getting the plans in the mail. Plans? I can't ask about the... I can't ask about the plans? Wait, why can I not ask about the plans? That seems like very important information. I started getting all the plans in the mail, like... I feel like I should know about this, right? Oh, it's at the very top. I was expecting it I thought it was going to be at the bottom. What are these plans you're talking about? There were instructions on how to steal a crown or a painting or some other rare treasure. They showed security, blind spots, escape routes, and even suggested training methods. So you mean the one who planned the heist wasn't you? No, it wasn't. I only planned the very first one. After that, I received plans from some very kind person. Incredibly detailed plans. Okay, so from what I can guess, he caught him. Luke caught Ron. And Luke, seeing a way to make a name for himself on it being good versus evil, I'm the ace detective versus the ace thief, decided to, like, kind of heist script all that stuff. In a way, it's a kind of clever thing. Very, you know, very out there. Very kind of stupid, but also very smart at the same time. Sounds like Mr. Delight is thankful the person that was blackmailing him. So Ron Delight was masked to mask after all, but someone else is behind the thefts. Someone who planned them all out in detail. All I had to do was deposit the treasure I stole in the safe deposit box, and I just waited for the cash to come in the mail. You try not to look so gleeful about it? So you went after the sacred urn because of one of those plans too? Well, see, the truth is, I've never seen the urn. All I did was follow the instructions and steal what I was told to steal. Is everything you just told me the truth? Yes, but please don't tell Desi. Alright. From domestic and heist on, he was still directed by blackmails. Ron, before we go, there's one more thing I want to ask you. Yes, but please don't hurt me. I don't think I can. There's a large glass pane in between us. Mr. Campbell, do you swear it wasn't you who killed him? Yes, of course. I could never. I'm not lying. All I did was hide his body in the safe. But then I was so afraid to discover what I did, so I turned myself in yesterday. Why? Well, if the judge had ruled I was guilty of robbery, then I'd have an alibi, right? Guess you're really clever. You could have just told me that. Yeah, the idea of it, that's nice. Shout out Twitch for just not, ever working on those. It always has to be Siri bot, that spam. I'm gonna just, close this for a second. Yeah, the idea of a famous, thief and a famous detective letting him get away so he stays famous. I think I read that somewhere, but making the actual plans is interesting. Yeah, him making the actual detailed stuff, like saying, hey, like, because he knew where the blind spots would be because he set it up. He would know where all this because he did all that. And so fabricating not only the crime, but the entire scene itself and how you need to do it and how I'm going to have everything done without really saying that, like, that is just genuine. It's very dumb in a way because once it starts unraveling, it's very fast to figure out what all was actually going on, like kind of like it is now. But at the same time, it's very clever if you're not caught. Like it's very smart and dumb at the same time. I guess I have no choice but to take Mr. Delight at his word. Mr. Maya, hey Pearly, I'm back. So, what have you been up to this whole time? Second urn, Mr. Nick. I took it back to Crane Village to have it examined. And? What'd you find out? Well, no need to worry. They said it's the real urn. So really, if I was really worried. But there's one small problem. These cute little pink splotches. They said it's paint, and they were put on the urn recently. Why are we talking about the pink splotches again? What's the big deal? I mean, it's just a reference to a Kadaka game. I think all of them have used paint blood, and I think about it. No, LDA didn't. And I don't think Shutton did either. But the rest of them have. It's a big deal. We gotta find out how they got there. That's a big deal. We gotta find out how they got there. Okay, we'll go find out how they got there. I mean, it was in the basement warehouse, right? Where all that stuff was? Alright, that's still there. Shout out Twitch once again for not ever... Like, it's the same spam message just over and over. And they just don't even care. Shout out Twitch. Very cool. So it's the same urn that just got modified. So I guess now at this point, I was going to go where the pink paint was. And I just remember that being in the basement. And so let me... Yeah, main exhibit hall. Move. Basement warehouse. There we go. Oh, Pearl, how nice to see you. Hello there. I've been seeing you around lately. What have you been up to? Well, actually, I was having this urn examined. Oh, I see. Maybe we take another good look at this urn. We can figure out the mystery of what actually happened here. Nick, let's look around one more time. I mean, I see this box that has pink paint on it. Let me... There we go. I can see someone for a lot of stuff importance like the detective overlooking the risk of a point like that. Like, oh yeah, I can this under control. Like, yeah, when you have the entire, you have the thief and everything under control because you designed everything. Like, his biggest downfall is simply run. Like, if he had someone that he knew would be in on it 100%, he would probably be golden still. The problem is simply just you gotta have a partner you can at least trust in that situation or run. He thought it would hold him over, but once murder starts happening, he's like, listen, dude, I'm just a thief. I don't want to be I'm not dealing with this. This is going too far. This box, there's something about it's bothering me. It's the box the sacred urn was in. Looks like there's some pink paint on it too. And it's definitely the same color as the stuff on the urn. I gotta know how the paint got on now. Alright, let's investigate it again, Nick. Alright, let's look at... I mean, wasn't there... Yeah, there was this as well. Looks like it's been dry for several days. There's something suspicious about this paint mark. The bottom left part of it is shaped oddly and it's shocking pink. Could it be that this odd shape is... Oh, that's the box? I thought it would be just because it was blocked by that cart. I guess that's a dolly. I think that's a dolly. It's the box the sacred urn was in. If you look here, there's a little bit of paint on the box as well. You're right, it looks like it matches. What is it, Mr. Nick? This all turned out exactly as I thought it would. You so more than me. I think it's all starting to become clear. We're that much closer to solving the mystery of what happened to the urn. I'm guessing she spilled paint on it. That's my guess. That when cleaning it, she spilled paint. Let's go ahead. Let's see if I can break down these lies, because I forgot what she was fully lying about. Well, I know she was lying about the urn, that she did nothing to it. I guess I just now need to figure out everything. Do you know anything about the sacred urn? Do I know anything? I'm in charge of the entire treasure exhibit. The urn that was submitted in court. It's obviously not the same urn as before. Maybe it could be a fake. A fake? You're the one who said it wasn't the same, so that's the most obvious. I mean, we did get it. We did just get this, but saying it's the genuine article. It's the genuine article. Pros went back to Korean Village and had it examined. Is that right? That's nice, but I don't see how. What she discovered was that the urn had been broken again. Did you say again? Oh, did she, like, break it and try to put it back together and accidentally spill paint on it? And that's why she talked about how much she polished it and did all that. In reality, it was a kind of a quote-unquote alibi for the fact that she broke this priceless quote-unquote treasure. Now the same thing has happened again, and quite recently too. Are you saying this urn was broken recently? That's exactly what I'm saying. Probably it had to be broken recently because the fact that it's in a completely different shape than that thing. Poster. It was made recently, right? Poster for exhibit. At a time when this photo was taken, the urn said, I am. But now, for some mysterious reason, it says Amy. When the urn was fixed, the letters were transposed. I don't even... What does that even mean? I don't know a thing about it. That means pearls can't spell. I wasn't even there when the photo for the poster was taken. That was a mistake. Now tell me the truth. Wait. Even if the urn was broken, I had nothing to do with it. Yes, that's it. It must have been one of the people at the photo shoot. They probably dropped it. I'm sure that's what happened. She's not going to give that last cyclock so easy. Do I have any proof the urn was broken here? Probably either the urn bot... Probably either... It's one of these two. So it wasn't a Kadaka crossover after all. That's the plot twist. That's where Kadaka gets you. Is like, he makes you think it's a crossover, but the plot twist by making it not a crossover at all. Speaking of Kadaka, I'm really curious on what that manga adaptation for LDA is going to be like. Even though I think I don't think he's attached to it outside of name only. He's not writing for it. I know that much, or drawing for it. And also him saying, like, the DLC, he wants it to be like pretty much another Last Defense Academy for DLC.
I'm really another 100 endings of Kodak. I need that. But anyway, I'm gonna try urn box first, and then if it's not that, go paint there. What's this supposed to mean? This urn has these pretty little pink paint splashes on it, and there's some of the on the box the urn was stored in too. No matter how you look at it, the paint seems exactly the same. Wouldn't you say? What does that prove? That the urn was dropped along with the box. That's when they both got paint on them. Are you with me so far? The rest of the story is obvious. The box was dropped right here in Lori Taylor's basement warehouse. If I can prove that, it means the urn was broken here too. Can you prove the box was dropped here? I mean, that would be just the paint. I wonder if it lets you do one or the other, like for there, like on the Cyclops, to where you can present one and then the other, or if it's just the exact same order every time. Because if I got that right, it wasn't that. I wouldn't really wonder how long I could have been stuck here for. I think you already know where I'm going with this, don't you? More or less. There's pink paint splattered on the floor and the walls of this basement warehouse. But there's an odd shape imprinted in the part of the paint stain, am I right? If you put this box in the impression of the paint, you can see it fits perfectly. Which means the box was dropped right over there. And that is when the urn was broken. Well, at least the Cyclops aren't beating my ass like the last game. Those Cyclops, like, they had hands. Like, those Cyclops had hands. I'm so sorry, I was the one who broke the urn. Boy, does this make me feel like some sort of evil school teacher. I'm a terrible person. Not only did I break it, I try to hide what I did. That's not even the worst thing you have done. That's not the worst thing you've done. Well, that's not so hard to understand, is it, Pearly? No, not at all. I know just how she feels. Nothing about cool, the transition where it switches from Phoenix Wright music. And Danganronpa would be so cool. This music gets me. Yeah, this time, I think this is my first time I can really hear in this track. I don't know if I've heard it before. So I think I understand what you're saying about like the transition, like from the like. I could see there, for at least LDA, for the Kodaka stuff, I could see him possibly. I could see one of the routes being something similar to this. It's just a like little satire, a little goof. Because when you got the routes like LDA does, you can kind of do whatever you want, and it makes perfect sense. It's kind of genius. Just after the poster photo was taken on the same day the urn arrived here, thought I'd put it away down here for safekeeping. I was carrying it in the box. When I tripped on a paint can, I lost my balance. The box I was carrying crashed into the ground. I heard a terrible noise, and I thought my heart was going to stop. Fearing the worst, I opened the lid of the box, and that's when it happened. Aww. The broken piece of the urn fell out of the box and landed right in the paint. I was in shock and let out a huge scream. I can totally see how that could have happened. As clumsy as she is, I'm sure Mai understands. The peppy, fancy music makes us funny and sad at the same time. Oh yeah, because it's like something that's like, we're busy dealing with murder in a gigantic conspiracy. And like this, she is over here like trying to get an alibi for tripping and breaking an urn that's worth real or nothing outside of sentimental stuff, which that means a lot. But in the grand scheme of things, there's a dead dude in a like that was stuffed into a safe in a conspiracy between the police department, one of their ace detectives. I think that's just what he calls himself. I don't know if that's his title, like officially. And Mask to Mask. And so I think it fits perfectly where you feel sad for her that's all going, but they make sure it's goofy at the same time. Like, it's great. I knew it was the most important treasure in all of Karaim Village, so I tried as hard as I could to fix it. Fortunately, the shards were pretty big. And that's when the I am got changed to Amy, right? I didn't know how it was originally written. Not the same person fixing it would have assumed it said Amy. I really hope she's like side-eyeing Pearl there. Not a sane person, really? Oh, Pearls. She said she wasn't very good at spelling. Anyway, I put the urn into the storeroom and no one has seen it since then. But there's something I don't get. When we first came here, I didn't see any paint stains. That's because it was so ugly and embarrassing. I used the golden statue to cover it. That reminds me. about something. What? Was there? There's no paint on that box, is there? Unless it's facing away. Because it's on the back corners, I think. Yeah, because on one side it says the sacred urn right there. Well, actually, it's all around it, so maybe. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. The first time that we came down here, it was on the night that the sacred urn was stolen. But Mr. Nick, there were no paint marks on the wall. I mean, because it was covered by the Amy statue. There's a good reason for that. On the day of the crime around noon, that golden statue just happened to arrive from the mountain training hall. And I realized that this statue would be perfect size for covering up the paint stains. That's why I put it where you first saw it. Now that makes perfect sense. There's still one thing I find strange. The day after the urn was stolen, Reed came here again. And at that time, the statue had been moved and the paint was clearly visible. Probably because she moved it. Well, Miss Andrews, huh? What? I don't know anything about that. I wasn't there to cover the paint, so why would I move it again? Then who was it? Who would have done it and why? Pearl is asking the real questions once again. Like, she's asked some deep questions, like this case. Like, she's pushing this case along. Like, her thinking outside the box is the only reason we might be able to figure out what's going on, because I sure as hell don't fully know. On the day before the theft, the statue was definitely closer to the door. Then the next day it was moved, but why? It looks like there's some connection between the sacred urn and murder case. Why do you think so, Nick? Because that night the real thief Ron Delight was at KB Security. So why did another mask-to-mask show up here? A lot of things are pointing to one undeniable fact. One undeniable fact? That this case is insane. The murder trial is starting tomorrow, but it looks like that thief is going to be making another appearance. Apparently I have enough evidence to put away the killer. I don't know. I don't know about all that. I don't know if I do. That they have a lot more faith in me than I have in myself right now. Let me go ahead and save. I am going to BRB for probably about 3 to 5 minutes. Gonna go grab something to drink, and then we will be doing the rest of the trial. Anyway, BRB, 1 sec.
All right, there we go. It is time for us to go into the trial. I still am, I'm not going to say lost completely on who the killer is, because I'm pretty sure, considering the fact that we saw the silhouette, that it will be, like, you know, the ace detective himself, the one that I guess was pretending was Mask the Mask. Like, he fooled me. Like, I thought I had it whenever I said, oh, he's actually Mask the Mask. Like, it's a bit, you know, I thought I was very smart. It turns out they got me. They got me. Unless they're both Mask the Mask, and it's a two-man job for all I know. What is it this time? You won't believe how many people are here for the trial. Well, it is a murder case. Is this a thing that people just go and regularly view trials for murder cases? Wait, so they're here for the trial next door. They're having Detective Atme's trial today. Detective Atme? So they're gonna try him as Mask the Mask. Already? That was fast. Boy, I'd love to see Mask the Mask trial. I know. By the way, where's Pearls? Oh, she went back home. She says she can't neglect her training anymore. I know you don't like me. Who's talking to us about that? Like, who's the red text? That's scary. Yeah, ever since that incident last year. Please. Oh, Mr. Delight, good morning. No one likes me. No one noticed me even if I killed someone. Don't say that right now. Wait until after the trial to start saying no one would notice even if I killed someone. Don't say that. You don't mean you're the murderer. No, I'm just a poor thief. No, wait, that's not right. A thief can't really be poor. Yeah, they can. Now, let's see. According to Mr. Delight, from his second crime on, he was following a bunch of set plans. Plans that someone had been sending him to help him commit the heists. Do you really think there's a connection between the thief and the murder, Nick? It's possible, but today's trial is a race against the clock. How come? Let's just take our time like always. I'm afraid that's not an option. Oh, because I feel like if... depending on the, like, results of the Atme case, we could be in trouble. Like, if he has tried his Mask the Mask, that can go poorly. Oh, hi there, Godot. I thought you'd be in that case over there. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Ron Delight. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Changing the card text to simulate showing off is a fun idea. Always like that. I like when they play around with, like, when you have a set style for so on, how you do all the text, just messing with it in order to do subtle stuff like that is great. You're ready? Preparation is the last refuge of the week. Okay, settle down, everyone. Let's begin with your opening statement, Mr. Godot. He's got the judge in the palm of his hand yet again. Ron Delight is simply too young to be sent to war. That's all. That's a good opening statement. I mean, how... 23, I feel like they sent people younger to war. Especially, you know, a few notable ones, but we'll go with that. I'm afraid I have no idea what that means, Mr. Godot. You need to get out more, Your Honor. Life is war. But that is exactly why you must be more precise in your wording. That's all my statement means. You understand now, right? I could go for some coffee right now. Well, then let me briefly summarize the details of the case. The judge is taking charge like he knows what's going on for a change. Yeah, the judge, he always gets the correct ruling, but man, he's definitely a character. I feel like he is someone that would be nice to be, like, just chill with, hang out with, but like, he also, his track record, he does bat 1,000. It's just getting there is an issue. His body was found in a safe at approximately 9 a.m. on the morning of the 13th. However, time of death was estimated as 1 a.m. of the previous day, and that's when a little lost kitten dropped the ball. That little lost kitten is, of course, the defendant. Very well then, Mr. Godot, please call your first witness. I never drink more than 17 cups of coffee during any given trial. Oh, listen, I love coffee. I love caffeine in general, you know. 17 cups for a trial, considering the trial only lasts like an hour or two, it might be a bit much. 17 cups, like, in just an hour, I feel like just making that many cups would be painful. If you have someone doing it for you, if you have a one of those instant coffee machines, that's one thing. My coffee consumption went up playing this game for real. Coffee's good. Coffee's good. Like, I love
I love good coffee. And by good coffee, I mean I love that, like, I love the cheap ones that I have that it just isn't, you put water in the machine and it just, like, brews it for, and you can buy the pods for, like, 30 cents each. That's the type of coffee I like. I'm glad I already had some right now. I was about to take a sip when it switches. Good vibes. Oh, this music's nice to vibe to. Like, honestly, I can go for some more coffee because I had a cup whenever I woke up a couple hours ago. I can go for another one, or at least like also like, you know, drink some Monster or something, but just get more caffeine. There's no such thing as too much caffeine. Well, there might be, but I will find out that limit. But the first one is always the best. Your witness. Let's hear what the defendant, Mr. Rondelite, has to say for himself. Does the defense have any objections? Maybe a bit of a disadvantage having the defendant testify, but I remember when Mia was defending me. She allowed me to testify so she could do the cross-examination. She put a lot of trust in me back then. Do I trust Ron? Oh, I didn't even get a choice. I thought I was going to say, do I trust him? I wanted to save and see what happens if I selected no. We have no objections, Your Honor. The defense will allow Mr. Delight to testify. You got guts, trite. All right then, Mr. Rondelite, please take the stand. You did it, didn't you? What? Oh, we're so screwed. We're so screwed. For a moment there, I thought we set the record for the shortest trial ever. Well, Mr. Delight already looks plenty guilty with the face he's making. Once he opens his big mouth, he'll probably put the last nail in his own coffin. Why did he even say yes in the first place? Like, did he expect a different question? Like, you did it, didn't you? Yeah. Wait, hold up. Like, Ron, come on. I know you're panicking, but, like, calm down. Just settle down. Drink some coffee and settle your nerves. If you didn't kill Bullard, why'd you go to KB Security? Well, that's kind of hard to say. Boy, I wish I can go home. Now then, let's hear some testimony about what happened. Well, the thing is, if I find you innocent of this, you're going to have to be guilty for the other crime. Either way, you're probably going to go to prison, is what it sounds like. That evening at around 1 a.m., I went to see Mr. Bullard in his office at KB Security. The blackmail letter I got, it ordered me to go there. He'd been working for KB Security until a year ago, so I knew where his office was. None of that, I don't know how to contradict any of that. 1 a.m., the exact time the murder took place. The week get washed away by the tides of fate. The straw and drink it up. It's bitter today, too, just like my destiny. Never know that from the way he's chugging it down. Listen, that bitter coffee, even though I like mine with some sugar in it, bitter coffee can taste good. Cross-examination, if you please. There's no contradictions here from what I saw, so I guess I'm just going to have to, when in doubt, press on everything. Yeah, because there's only 3 statements. 1 a.m., huh? You're absolutely sure about that? Yes. That's what my watch said when I entered the CEO's office. Or no, actually, I'm not really sure. My watch was slow. My internal clock was also a bit. 1 a.m. That's the exact time the victim, Mr. Bullard, was murdered, correct? It's too late for a coffee date, that's for sure. The blackmail letter I got, it ordered me to go there. It ordered you there? It was the first time I got a blackmail letter that ordered me to go somewhere. Does that mean you got other blackmail letters then? Oh. Oh, I guess it was... I mean, we probably want to talk about the whole other blackmail letters. That would help prove his alibi. Now, what should I do? Why did I say hold? Yeah, hold it and then press harder. Why not? So what did the blackmail letter in question say? It said to bring 50 grand. Perfect motive for committing murder. Oh, but wait. I never intended to pay that money anyway. Oh, is that right? After all, he had nothing to hold over my head. I had nothing to be afraid of. Important point indeed. Witness, let's have that added to your testimony. Yes, sir. A muddy mud skipper in outer space has a better chance of surviving than I do. I guess press on this. Just what were you being blackmailed about anyway? If you don't want your identity revealed, I guess it's about mask to mask. I'm sure it's referring to the whole mask to mask thing. But I wasn't worried. Mr. Board didn't have anything on me. Didn't? Anyway, I don't care what anyone says about me, just as long as Desi believes in me. That's why Miss Delight didn't believe he was Master Mask. That's why I knew they were just hollow threats. Alright, what about this? You used to be a security chief for KB Security, right? Yes, that's right. Security chief, you? And yet, a year ago, you were fired without notice. Revenge for an old grudge? Perfect motive for murder, won't you say? Maybe I should change the subject. Probably why you were fired? Please tell us why you're fired from your job. Well, the world is filled with those who have said, I wish I'd never asked that. Okay, then I take it back. Defendant, please answer the question. I need money. Need money? You see, Desi loves to spend it. It's kind of her hobby. Not exactly the best hobby in the world, huh? Yeah, I don't know how people, like, I don't know how people just can freely spend money, get enjoyment out of it and all that stuff. Like, just parting with $5 makes me lose it. Spending $5 is a huge investment for me. Like, I don't know how people do it at all. I guess it's like the same thing with, like, gambling in a casino. Like, if you put in, like, I've never gambled at a casino, but I feel like if I lost, like, $1 at the slots, I'd be upset. I'd be pissed. But then there's people that can gamble thousands. And then people that spend thousands like it's nothing. Like, they just put it all in their credit, which I guess they got fun with that. But spending like $5 at McDonald's is way too much for me. I just don't know how people do it. My salary wasn't nearly enough, so I stole data from the company. That would do it. That would definitely get you fired without notice or anything. Come again. KB Security has a lot of security info on all sorts of companies, and since I was security team chief, he stole some data and sold it. Mr. Board found out, and I was fired immediately. I was somehow able to keep it a secret and made it seem like I had quit on my own. What is it, Nick? You don't look so good. Somebody brings harm to their company is fired as punishment. You do well to remember that. Sure told you. I work for my own agency. I cannot fire myself. So you meant that you stole data from your company, is that correct? This is a very important fact. Please add it to your testimony. This whole thing just took a big turn for the worse, crashed and blew up. It's gonna take the jaws of life to rip this case from the clutch of disaster. Fired me for selling company secrets, but Desi doesn't know. I mean, that's just... that part's true. There's no contradiction there. I guess let me press on it and see. Why would you do something like that? He already answered that. Well, for Desi's hobby. What else? Wasting money, huh? It's not a waste. So Miss Delight doesn't know that her husband was fired, does she? So it seemed. Not sure what the thing about couples who keep secrets like that from each other. This case has gotten even milder to think seriously about couples. Please try to stay focused, Mr. Wright. There wasn't much in his testimony. Sounds like he's avoiding something. At least that's what it sounds like. Got a bad feeling about this. If we don't find a way to make him spill the beans, we'll never get closer to truth. That part I'm not 100% sure about. I get, because... I'm trying to think this through, because he did talk about before with us how he was scared of Desi finding out of, like, everything that he's doing, because, you know, him being a thief and how it would change. But I don't know if he means that they didn't really have anything on him to prove that he is Master Mask, and so it wasn't going to cause me trouble or anything. Or if he actually, like, it was actually about Desi. I guess I have full health bar. I guess I can take that shot and see if that logic, like, aligns. Objection! Mr. Delight, what you said now doesn't match what you told me yesterday. Huh? I think you must have been scared, very scared, of having a certain person find out your secret. A certain person. Miss Desiree Delight, the defendant's wife. But listen to me, my Desi, she's... Looks like if I just sit back and relax, the fun will end before it truly begins. Yes, we know. It was all your wife's fault. What do you mean? Mr. Delight stole company data to pay for his wife's spending habit for which he was fired. Unable to face his own wife, someone used his dirty little secrets to blackmail him. And that's how this murder came about. Everything is falling neatly in place for him. Don't talk about my Desi like that, or you'll be sorry. Making murder threats in court while on trial for murder, I mean, I get it. I 100% get you snapping at him. It might also not be a thing you want to do, though. I've learned a great deal of things here so far. I think it was possibly get thoroughly whipped in just 20 minutes. Clearly, there was sufficient motive for murder. He stole data for his wife, and he killed a protected secret. A family man who cared just a little too much. The motive is clear. Let's move on. What happened at the crime scene at 1 in the morning, Mr. Delight? Come now, tell us. We're all ears. I am curious on what happened myself, considering I want to hear a good reason for why you stuck the body in the safe instead of doing something. When I entered the office, there was a suspicious shadow there. Okay, so yeah, I was right. That shadow is, like, at me. Someone has hit on the forehead. After that, I remember being a bit dazed. If I had been wearing that, I would have been killed. When I came to, Mr. Board was lying there, dead. What do you mean if I hadn't been wearing that? What do you mean by that? Does he mean like the Mask to Mask outfit? Because it has the whole, where is the picture of Mask to Mask? I guess that thing, because it's like a metal helmet? Well, front is metal. Someone hit on the forehead, huh? The detective from yesterday provided similar testimony, so that Mask to Mask struck him on the head from behind. Of course, since Atme turned out to be the culprit himself, that was all a lie. No one's gonna believe a pathetic lie like that. Whereas saying I really was attacked. We'll find out if what you say is true or not during cross-examination. Got that, Mr. Trite? Don't go easy just because he's your client. If I see any sign that you are, I'll treat you to another cup of my special blend. You don't need to worry about that, Mr. Godot. I have faith in Ron. I know he didn't do it. The question is, there's still a lot of questions about who stole the urn? Because let's say that Atme was actually the one that killed them. How did they wouldn't have been able to get over there that fast, wouldn't they? Because I thought, no, KB security was about 20 minutes if she's flying down the road from their place. Like the Delight place. I don't think they said how far it was from the museum. I am curious on what you mean by that, though. What do you mean by that? Can you please clarify what you're referring to? Why, my Mask to Mask costume, of course. You know, Mask to Mask? Oh, did I forget I mentioned before? Just to be on the safe side, I dressed as Mask to Mask. And then I descended upon the office of the CEO of KB Security. That would have been nice to know. Did you know about this? You never told me this. I don't recall ever mentioning it to me either. Even I didn't know that. Seems our little friend really loves to keep secrets. I'm sorry, I just never had a chance to mention them until now. Wait, that's not right. You know, sometimes things just slip your mind. My 6th cup of coffee is staring at me coldly. At any rate, we can't ignore this new piece of information. Please correct your testimony. I've been killed if I wasn't wearing my Mask to Mask costume. So what were you doing? Yeah, why were you dressed up like that? Because I'm Mask to Mask, of course. What are you talking about? I love Mask to Mask. It makes me want to go on a grand heist. Wait, there has to be a GTA mod with that. There has to be. There's no way someone hasn't done that before. Because, like, I mean, to be fair, as far as I can tell, there's a GTA mod for everything. I'm surprised there's a mod for Kurumi from Data Live in it. Like, I love Kurumi. I love Data Live. One of my favorite series, like, ever. One of my favorite LNs. I'm very, very surprised that there is, like, a Data Live mod for GTA. And so there has to be, like, a Mask to Mask song or, like, heist based on stuff like this. Or at least based on Ace Attorney case. Anyway, at that time, I thought I was being blackmailed over the Mask to Mask issue. So I thought I should just go with him, just to be safe. Oh boy. Let me tell you, it's a real pain to move around with that cape. That's why it took a lot longer than I expected. But what do you mean a lot longer than you expected? What do you mean by it took a lot longer? Oh, opening the safe, of course. My cape got caught on the safe door, you see. This all happened was hiding Mr. Bulward's body. Dude, come on. I still need an explanation of why you stuffed him in the safe. Yes? You were the one that hid the body in the safe? Well, yeah. Inconceivable. What reason could the judge? Like, he's echoing my thoughts perfectly. Question: when does someone toss their dirty shorts in the washing machine? The answer is simple. When they take them off. Now, sometimes, people, they have a laundry bin, they put it in, or do, like, the based way of just throwing it on the floor and eventually getting to it. And that they don't, it's not right as they take them off. So you have no idea what you're saying. Do you mean that Mr. Delight hid the body because he's the murderer? You're not as stupid as you look. This metaphor this time was really obscure. Mr. Wright, you don't mean that you knew about this whole safe business, do you? Oh, yeah. Why am I the only one not in the loop here? Witness, make sure you add this to your testimony. Yes, sir. Uh-oh. Look like a storm front is moving in over the fair weather judge. I panicked and hid the body in the safe. It took about 10 minutes. I mean, if we had to do all that to get this statement, I feel like the contradiction has to be on this statement. The question is, what is the contradiction at all? What evidence do I have? I mean, I could start saying you're lying and present the Magatama. I don't think that's going to go well, but treasury exhibit, that wouldn't be it. Warehouse camera, so that's the warehouse. I don't care about that right now. The office card, 1 a.m. Ron's testimony. That's autopsy report. See, there's nothing involved there. Kane's list. Buzzer went off once at 1:02 a.m. Actually, what? Because if he woke up at, let's say, 1, why would it? Did maybe at me? Well, now I'm thinking maybe at me. What did the buzzer try and frame him for the murder? And that's why he did the buzzer, expecting people to show up. And little did he know that, the Butts was on the case. I'm thinking that maybe this, because the whole 10 minutes thing, and it's talking about how that's not 10 minutes after, and there's kind of a blank period there. Because everything else, I don't think goes to it. Like, looking around with this, like, because the wallet that we already established, kind of, that's pretty much how we got in there. So I guess I'll go for the buzzer record, and if not that, maybe the buzzer itself. Your Honor, could you please take a look at the record? And what might this be? The record for the emergency buzzer that connects the CEO's office to security. The button the office is pressed, the security team is supposed to come running. And according to the record, the buzzer was pushed once at 1:02 a.m. Mr. Rondolite truly was the murderer. He would have ran as soon as that buzzer sounded. After all, security guard would have been heading his way. Just remember who we're dealing with here. Probably had no idea there were security personnel in the building. What do you mean? He worked there. Like, he worked there and did all that. Up until 1 year ago, my client was working as the chief of security. There's no way you wouldn't have known about him. But, as it turns out, the guard never came. That was nothing more than a coincidence. The fact that the guard was a pathetic loser who had gotten punched in the face by... now this is just uncalled for. And it wasn't anywhere in the vicinity. It was not something Mr. Delight could have known. Again, remember who we're dealing with here. It's a sure bet that Mr. Delight didn't even notice the buzzer going off. This buzzer extremely loud. There's no way he could have ignored something like that. If he had been conscious, that is. What do you mean by that? Play that jazzy music. It's your theory. Recall the defense testimony. The moment he entered the victim's office, someone attacked him. Mr. Delight said he felt dazed. I'm willing to wager that he was not unconscious for at least a few minutes. So that's why Mr. Delight didn't know the buzzer had sounded. And that's why he thought he had time to hide the body. So we're trying to say Mr. White was knocked out and the buzzer went off soon afterwards. Now, unless my client was able to hit the buzzer while he was unconscious, telling me that there was another person in that room. Whoever it was that knocked out Rhonda Light and then pressed the button. Mr. Wright, this is preposterous. It was this kid. Rhonda Light is the one who killed Kane Bullard. Then who pressed the buzzer? It was the victim, of course. He pressed the buzzer as the defendant attacked him. He didn't die right away. He must have held on long enough to push that button. So Kane Bullard sounded the buzzer himself? What's your opinion on this? You prove that the real criminal was there at the scene, but how? I could prove it, I think, because didn't it say that the buzzer had no fingerprints on it? And I'm gonna go on a limb and say Kane probably didn't wear gloves. Because, yeah, there was no fingerprints on it, so it probably would not have been him. I believe this is the piece of incontrovertible evidence you were looking for. The emergency buzzer. There's some kind of clue on it? Absolutely not. Always give some thought to what you see before opening your mouth. The fact that there are absolutely no clues is itself a clue. Now, I'm the one who's clueless. This button has no fingerprints on it. If Mr. Bullard had really pressed it himself, naturally, he would have left his fingerprints behind. He just took a sip just to do a spit take. I respect it. Rhonda Light obviously wiped them off. Why would he? A guard could have come in at any moment. He touched that button. I know he did. The defendant, Mr. Light, was dressed as Master Mask. And Master Mask always wears gloves. What reason could he have possibly had to wipe the button free of fingerprints? Order, order, order. It would seem. I've been forced to eat crow. I wonder if blend number crow flavored coffee sounds disgusting. I mean, that's something you would have had to ask Ozzy Osbourne about. However, if the real killer was there at the scene, why would that person press the emergency buzzer? Shouldn't they have run away without putting themselves in extra danger? I think they were trying to frame him. Why is it awkward silence all of a sudden? Looks like you're fresh out of parlor tricks. They're all on you, Nick. Just give me a minute to collect my thoughts, please. The real culprit killed Mr. Bullard around 1 a.m. And Mr. Light just happened to waltz in when the murder was taking place, right? Killer clobbered Mr. Light and sounded the buzzer. That is very loud. Very accurate. At least it's not like, what's his face from the second game's horn in the last case. Like, that was horrible. I forgot his name, but that was painful. Like, in the last case of the second game. Even though security was supposed to respond right away. Actually, no, was it no, it might have been the last case of the first game. It was the one that involved you had to look at... No, it was the second game. I remember now. At least I think. That's bothering me. I'm mixing up final cases. It was the one that had... Trying to remember. This is bothering me. My memory is so cooked. But anyways, the security guard that had like the air horn as part of his sprite and it was very loud was the point. I'm trying to remember what game it was. All the cases. It's all. I mean, it is all one game for me because it's the trilogy game. It's all blending in together. My memory is cooked. Even though security was supposed to respond right away if the buzzer was pressed, security was supposed to respond. Time's up. Let's hear what you had to say. Very well then. Got some guts. I like that. An opponent. To call the security guard. I really believe he was trying to frame him. The killer knew if they pressed the button, a guard would come running. And that was exactly what they wanted. Didn't mean to say the killer called the guard on purpose. Yes. Although, as it turned out, he never showed up. Because he was getting his clock cleaned at the time. Ha. What a touching story. You're saying the killer had to change of heart and called the guard to turn himself in? No, I'm not. When that buzzer sounded, there were 3 people in that office. The victim, Kane Bullard, was already dead. The defendant, Rhonda Light, who was out cold. And the third person, the real killer. Hypothetically, yes. Now then, in this situation, if the real killer made an escape, what would happen? The only ones left in the room would be the victim and Ron Delight. And if any security guards came running in at that time, they would think that I was the murderer. Yes, that was precisely the real killer's objective. To frame Ron Delight for the murder. I still want to figure out what's going on with his, like... Okay, I respect it even more with the spit take there. Like, he took a long sip to make sure. But I'm really curious on what's going on with his, like, goggles, glasses, or whatever you want to call it there. It would seem. I've been made to eat my words once again. I actually been made to do a spit take with a cup of coffee. Mr. Wright, who was it? Who was it that tried to frame me? Wait a second, I'm the one and only mess, so... You mean the real killer is? We're gonna drive that person in here right now, but who is it? I don't have any solid proof yet, but when I think about it, the killer knew Mr. Delight's identity, and they also knew that he'd been called to KB security that night. So the killer used him to execute a well-crafted plan. The murder came forward. So who is it that framed? Probably... I'm gonna go out on the limb, even because the sprite showed in the, like, the silhouette showed for him, so I'm assuming it's him. I think I got it. Detective looked at me. He's the only one who could have done it. Ace Detective looked at me? You mean Master Mask did it? Well, Master Mask is Ron. Like, they thoroughly tricked me on thinking that Ron was actually innocent and that this dude was actually Master Mask. They thoroughly tricked me. That's like, no, Ron was actually... They were right. He is actually Master Mask. Like, he was not lying. And this dude's just a killer. Like, the Ace Detective is just a murderer. Your Honor, the person being tried in court next to us is not Master Mask at all. He is actually the true murderer of Cam Bullard. Mr. Wright, explain yourself. Theft and murder, which is the more serious crime? Are you serious? Yeah, I was about to say, they're not even close. Murder is the more serious crime. It's a capital crime subject to a capital punishment. Please remember the trial from yesterday if you would. Imagine the judge was like, that's a close one. Like, it's tough, you know. Like, thievery and murder, they're very similar in a lot of ways, you know. They're very similar, you know. The judge is really gonna have to think. Knowing this judge, I was kind of surprised he didn't think about it for a second. Like, he was just straight to the point. Like, what are you talking about? Like, of course it's murder. Like, I thought the judge was going to think on it for a second, knowing him. Maybe I'm reading him all wrong. When he confessed, there was a huge commotion in the courtroom. Of course, a famous detective was unmasked as well. Master Mask. Instead of being convicted of murder, he was found guilty of grand larceny. That was his true objective all along, to be found guilty. Master Mask had a perfect alibi for when the murder took place. He was stealing the urn at Orderly Taylor. In other words, being found guilty as Master Mask was Luke Atmey's airtight, watertight, unassailable alibi. A guilty verdict is an alibi. That part is kind of genius. Given it, as far as I know, like, that is a thing some people have done before, where they are found guilty of another crime in order to be found not guilty of another, for pretty much like a similar reason as this. It's almost time for Luke Atmey's verdict. It was a pretty simple trial after all. We're going to stop this trial and stall that one. We need to do it now. Of course. That's assuming I proved that the detective was the one who committed the murder. This trial indeed attracted the attention of the country. If we were to intrude and failed to provide adequate proof of his true crime, Mr. Delight would be left with no grounds for appeal. Huh. But that's only good when your life's the ante. Mr. Wright, I believe in you. So, please, I'm begging you. Do I have evidence? My decision will determine the rest of your life. Can I really risk your life like this? Phoenix. You gotta gamble. Gamble on another person's life. If you, at least it's not yours up for ante. Don't stray, Phoenix. For your client, take the path of trust. That voice, it sounds like Mia. Your Honor, the defense requests an immediate recess. Ha. So that's your answer, huh? Very well. I've decided as well. This court will now take a 20-minute recess. Mr. Wright, when we return, please summon Mr. Luke Atmey to the stand. Yes, Your Honor. What's going on? What's going on in here? Well, Sir Detective Atme, I have to say, Mr. Payne, you performed splendidly. You're the one who... Oh, what? What's going on here? Of course, there's no reason to further prolong this trial. The court finds the defendant look at me. Wait, don't hand down your verdict yet, please. I just realized something. That's a red jewel. Where is this? Not that. Where is... Uh-huh. Alright. I think that might be it. We're invading the other courtroom. Just small recess to go, you know, have, you know, small courtroom disruptions. Who's this hoser? Who are you and why your eyes like so wide like that? Like, you looked like you just took, like, you know, you look, you just took 60 milligrams of Adderall. My name is Phoenix Wright, attorney at law, and I wish to file an accusation against this man. Look at me. Accusation, you accuse Master Mask. That man is not Master Mask. He's just a ruthless murderer. New judge just dropped. He scares me. You know, this new judge is... He scares the hell out of me. I'm scared. Why? Like, that judge... I mean, he's very locked in at the very least. Like, I forgot we straight interrupt that trial. We just barged in and said... Hold it. I mean, did the judge always go with it? My sis. I could have sworn I heard Mia's voice. So then, she's still alive inside your heart. Phoenix is, like, he is a chat. It's like, listen, can we take a small recess for me to go invade the other courtroom real quick? And the judge was like, sure. You got 20 minutes. Shout out the judge for also, like, just being like, that's cool. Oh, Mr. Light, is it true that detective is the real killer? To be honest, we don't have any definitive proof, but he's the only one that could have done it. But wasn't he at Orderly Taylor that night? Not to mention, we don't exactly know his motive. I mean, why would Detective Atme want to kill King Bullard? Oops, it's almost time. Better get back to the courtroom. I need to find some solid proof, and it's going to happen sooner rather than later. Listen, I have no proof. I have no idea why he would do it. I have no motive. I have no nothing. But I know he did it. Now then, this court is back in session. Mr. Look at me, please take the stand. Well, how do you do, sir lawyer? Never would have thought to see you acting so recklessly. I couldn't let him hand down your verdict just yet. Now I would have given you your perfect alibi. An alibi by the name of Master Mask. I'm sorry. I'm afraid even the great Look at me has no idea what you mean. Of course. I have been in the next courtroom ever since 10 o'clock that morning. I'm afraid there's no way I could have known what's been going on in here. You've been in the defendant's seat all day long, correct? Being tried as Master Mask? Indeed. It's truly child's play to fool the ignorant masses. Not only did the poor fools ask me to protect their valuables, they even gave me a generous reward upon returning their own property to them. Take this red diamond ring that sparkles upon my divine fingers, for example. Okay, yeah, red diamond ring, that's the blackmail letter. I know that one, like, for a fact. So you continue to... Oh, my voice just cracked heavy there, jeez. You continue to insist that you are in fact Master Mask. Of course. Very well. Let's begin with a simple question. On October 12th at 1 a.m. when King Bullard was murdered, where were you at the time? One with that knowledge lacks even the knowledge that he should be ashamed of himself. But don't worry, I will not hold it against you, Sir Judge. Alright, Mr. Atme. Deny the murder. Speak. We're all ears? As you wish, Sir Prosecutor. What's your alibi here? This one's got to be something. I was stealing the urn as Master Master, just I announced I would. I had more than enough time to prepare. It was a pathetically easy job. A photograph contains no words, but in this case, one turned out to be my witness. The time at which the camera captured Master Mask was the same time as the murder. I don't know if that is true. Seems the main point of discussion will be the photo of the crime scene. Everything else up into this now is part of his plan. There has to be a secret in this picture as well. Well, yeah, because the time is ever so slightly before the game board stuff, but I don't know how that would prove it, because he would have like a minute and a half to do it. Now then, if you'll excuse me, I have a verdict to receive. Fortunately, Mr. Atme, we still have to do your cross-examination. A fool is too foolish to know that he is a fool. I've heard those exact same lines come from Von Karma, but I like it better when she says it instead of you. Yeah, his alibi is full of it. I just need to figure out how, because I'm pretty sure it has to do with the fact that... It has to do with the photo's time, I think, but I don't... I'm gonna press on it, because, like, the whole... Where is the autopsy? At 1 a.m., and the photo was ever so slightly before, and normally I would just... If it said around 1 a.m. in the autopsy, that'd be one thing, but they've given me some very specific times, such as 58, 43, like, at 1 a.m., at 1:02 a.m. It's very specific, all these timings. Come on now, it's all too clear what you're thinking. Think I altered the timestamp on the photograph, don't you? I'm afraid that's impossible. The camera's set by Lori Taylor. On top of that, it was Lori Taylor's staff that printed that picture's data. Fortunately for the defense, there's no way that picture could have been altered. Looks like I better find something else that can be suspicious. But there are two possibilities. Either the mask in the photo is a fake, or the photo itself is. Press on this. I believe Adrian Andrews hired you at one point. That's right. That was over 20 days ago, if I'm not mistaken. You sent the calling card to Lori Taylor 10 days before the heist. That would mean you sent the card after you began your security watch, right? Indeed. There was no reason why I couldn't do both jobs at once. It was the perfect opportunity to steal my latest target. I see. You truly are evil, aren't you? That part is true, but not for the reason I think, Judge. Evil is what I am. Is there something odd about this? Detective Atme was always proud of his ace detective skills, right? But if the urn was stolen from Warwick Taylor while he was the only one watching it, he had no way to maintain his perfect ace detective persona. It is kind of odd. I guess I'm just going to continue pressing on everything. So I guess this in the first statement. So by a photograph, you mean this piece of evidence here. Is that correct? Indeed it is. That is it, the very thing that proves I committed the crime. The very thing that proves you committed the crime. Sure, even you understand by now. Roy Taylor provided that camera, there's no way I could have tampered with it. That means I could not have killed Kane Board unless I had an accomplice. I mean... For that... I mean, I'm gonna be honest, I've never thought about stuff like that. So, like... I guess anything you'd use for a dude. Like, I've never have thought about those. I'm gonna be real in terms of, like, my own. Like, if... Just... I don't know the right way to word it, because if I say something wrong, it's gonna come off mad disrespectful in terms of, like, oh, I just ignore them. If that makes... Like, I don't want to say I just ignore them if I'm, like, told them. Like, I just don't think about it. If someone corrects me, I'll start correcting myself type of thing. But outside of that, I give no thoughts to that. I'm gonna be real. Like, I'm sure... Like, if that makes any sense. That means I could not have killed Kane Bolt unless I had an accomplice, but you probably did with Ron. Think long and hard about that night, the basement warehouse, and the picture that supposedly captures it. I want to go if you bet there is. But actually, I'm trying to think, because it's either the box. If we're not going by the timestamp, it's either the box or something with that paint job. And I don't know which. I might go... Actually, I'm thinking about the paint job. There might be... Actually, I think I know what it is. I think it is something with that paint job. Because Amy's statue was there when we showed up the day... Actually, no. Because it happened that... No. Was the urn... I'm trying to remember. Was the urn... The urn was stolen. I'm trying to remember if it was after the first day we showed up or not. I'm trying, like, even though it was just a couple of days ago where I did the start of it, and I was just reminded of it earlier in the case. I don't know why it's in my mind. Are you implying that picture is a fake? Bet I am. There's definitely something strange about this picture. Took a look around in the basement warehouse that night before the theft took place. Okay, so yeah, it would be. If they're mentioning we took a before that night, I do think it has to do with the statue. Let's see what you have to say. What do I find funny? Your paint job is funny. The funny part here, this is a blood stain. Depending on the game. Paint blood, depending on the game. Blood. Now this case is getting interesting. That stain is actually pink paint. Just paint and peach colored at that. From blood to peaches, the judge sure loves going onto his wild tangents. Problem with this photograph is not the paint. The problem is what you consider the layout of the basement warehouse. Turns out that something that should have been there is nowhere to be seen. Well, Mr. Wright. Yeah, the Amy statue. The supervisor of the treasure exhibit stated the following. Well, there's a good reason for that. On the day of the crime around noon, that golden statue just happened to arrive from the mountain training hall. I realized that the statue would be the perfect size for covering up the paint stain. That's why I put it where you first saw it. I myself was there the night the theft took place and saw the statue in that spot. If this picture was truly taken on that night, then that statue should have been there. But when I went there the day after the theft, that statue of the old bag was sitting in the... Oh, don't call her that. Perhaps it was somehow pushed there accidentally. Your Honor, the statue is slightly larger than yourself and quite heavy. It'd take more than an accidental push to move it that distance. In that case, can you prove it? Can you give us the rhyme and reason of why that statue was moved that night? Can you do it, Nick? Never mind, he moved it. The real question is why did it... I don't know the answer to this. Well, Mr. Wright, hope you're prepared for your answer now then. Oh, it's just asking me who was the one that moved it. That's easy. If it's just who, it's him. I don't know how or why, but I'm pretty sure it's him. Come on now, Sir Lawyer. There you go again on one of your strange delusions. What basis do you have for your strange delusion? I've been asked that many times, and I don't have an answer for you. It's very simple. The witness is the only one in the basement warehouse that night. That is indeed very simple. However, why would I want to move a heavy golden statue? The reason for moving the golden statue, here's where our battle really begins. What reason the witness had to move that statue? The reason can be found here in the photograph. Look at me. You pretend to be mask to mask to create an alibi by showing you were at Lordly Taylor that night. But this photograph contains a single fatal flaw. If the statue had been there, your lie would have been exposed like a cheap film at a drugstore. That's why I had to move the statue. Please enlighten us. Just where in the picture does this lie exist? Oh. If it's not the blood stain, then I'm stuck. The two other things that stuck out to me suspicious were the box and the time, because it's not exactly one. And so I guess that's a heavy hit if I miss. But I still have full health, and so I guess I'll do box, and then if it's not box, do the timestamp. The lie is mask to mask. Are you saying that this mask to mask is a fake? You know, I really wish you would start acting more responsibly. Current question is, why was the golden statue moved? So what possible connection could there be with his identity? Aw, crap. That's a penalty for you. At least I'm on the right track, I guess, in terms of, like, I know there's a fact, there's a lie, so I guess it is the timestamp. Naturally, the lie in this photo is the timestamp. What do you mean? I'll tell you exactly what I mean. On the night in question, Luke Atme went to KB Security and murdered Kane Bullard. Therefore, it's obvious. It would have been impossible for him to have been at Lordly Taylor at the time. So how do you alter all that stuff then? But that doesn't have to do with the statue being moved. Remember, if you will, Your Honor, when was the statue placed besides the warehouse door? Well, the statue was taken down to the warehouse on the day of the crime, and it was placed there in order to cover up the paint. Exactly. He already decided on the time when he was going to kill the victim, and so in order to create an alibi for that time, he took this picture days before the murder took place. So how do you get the camera to be set up on the wrong day then? Of course, the statue had been brought down yet to the basement warehouse, so on the day of the crime,
Mr. Atme must have been quite nervous. As nervous as a long-tailed cat in a rocking chair factory, so to speak. Why? Because something that wasn't supposed to be there had been brought down and placed where it wasn't supposed to be. And that is why Luke Atme had to move the statue on the night of the murder. He did it to make the room match the way it had been in the photo.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's a better, like, he put it together a lot better than I had, like, would have been, because I was completely lost on what he could have been doing.
One moment, Your Honor. Have you forgotten this? What's this? The data for the basement warehouse computer. According to this, the camera did indeed go off on the night of the crime. Oh, it's true the camera didn't go off, I think is what he was trying to say. However, the program used to manage that data was yours. That alone would allow you to tamper with the data. He broke his monocle again. Like, that's... How many monocles does he have? Mr. Godot, what is the meaning of it? How is he supposed to know? Godot, I warned you about making me wait. Now put that coffee down. My 11th cup. I promise to drink no more than 17 during a trial, which means I'm still good to the last drop. However, defense is a very good point. So what? We're all but travelers on our road of infinite points. I have a VN series for you. Would definitely like this, like the Zero Escape. Well, I guess the non-area games. I think that I forgot if it's Zero Escape or the non-area games is the name of the series. I think it's got his points mixed up with other points. So you say this photograph was taken ahead of time, and that the statues moved in order to make it match. That's a very interesting idea. However, there's one point that can't be denied, which is that it's only a possibility. Men that are trapped by the chains of maybe can never reach their dreams. That's very true. Don't fall for it, Your Honor. Hey, Mr. Damask. Yes, if there's no funny business in your actions in Mask Damask, there should be no problem with telling us your strategy, so let's hear it. Yes, please provide this court with your testimony about your plan to steal the sacred urn. What do you got for us? First received a request from Morley Taylor about 20 days ago. The urn was placed in a box, and Zavari, it was then sent to the warehouse. Hence, I was actually unable to see the urn for myself until the day of the crime. I knew it was an extremely valuable treasure, so I sent my card 10 days beforehand. I then handled security by myself to ensure that my crime would go smoothly. At last, I held the urn in my hands for the first time at 1 a.m. on October 12th. That's pretty much all the stuff we've heard before, isn't it? But find the hidden truth and nuggets of new information he gave. Witness, you're sure there are no mistakes this time. Zavar, I don't even know what that means. How much stuff, like, that's a lot of stuff I would need to press on. Does anything stand out? I did look up, that's not a real word in any language. It's kind of base, not gonna lie. I just having your own, your own, catchphrase that you say whenever, you're feeling it, and it's just not even an actual thing. It's just completely made up, no conjunction or nothing. It's just your own. Part of me is thinking I press on everything. There's so many. It sounds vaguely Italian. I don't know. It reminds me of that one song. I think it was an Italian artist that did it. That completely. It was an entire song of gibberish that sounds like English, just because he wanted to prove that that at least at the time he did it, any song that sounds English, the Italians love more than Italian music or something like that. And so he made an entire song that sounds somewhat like English, but it was all actual nonsense. It just reminded me of that. It being vaguely Italian reminded me of it, that song being vaguely English. So you're asked to guard the urn by Miss Andrews. Indeed, it seemed like they had heard of my Zavark. Now you're just going all out there. Better watch out too, Maya. The urn was placed in a box. It was sent to the warehouse. You mean this box? Yes, that pathetic box. Why Andrews especially taken with that urn, and she wouldn't let anyone in the storeroom, not even me. Interesting new tidbit. Is that... I don't know if that's...
I don't know if that's true. Because the fact that he said interesting new tidbit, like said we could do some piece with this new information, which makes me think it's this. I don't... Well, the fact... It had to be out of the box for a bit because it had to be taken the photo of. Like, the photo of it. What all can I check? I guess... Read this. I'll be coming to promoting the most priceless work of art on display. Take good care of that speckled... It might be that because it mentioned speckled, but I think that's kind of a reach. It's still in the box there. That's just a blackmail letter at this. Okay, I'm gonna go back to pressing on everything. See, are sure you've never seen the urn before. Indeed, my security was focused entirely on the entrance of that warehouse. However, I will at me let no information whatsoever slip through my fingers. I knew it was extremely valuable treasure, so I sent my card 10 days beforehand. I mean, this calling card? That's right. That is, without doubt, my calling card. Guess Mr. Delight didn't make this after all. Of course, because Atme knew about the emblem. Making this card authentic would have been child's play for him. I didn't handle security by myself. Then no one entered the basement warehouse. Unfortunately, there were many different treasures being taken there. Thus, for a period of approximately 5 days, people were indeed going in and out of the warehouse. And this is the photo that proves that, huh? Indeed, to be honest, even if a photo was taken, I didn't think it would matter terribly much. As far as a fate, Detective Atme might have stolen the urn whenever this was taken. That's true. You know, he's been saying that he never saw the urn until that night. If we could prove that he's lying there, we could wrap this up and put a bow on it. Okay, so... I'm guessing... There's one thing that Atme stated very clear, that he never seen the urn before he stole it. We can prove that he's lying. So I'm guessing the urn was placed in a box and it was sent to the warehouse. Part of me wants to use the treasure exhibit photo. Part of me thinks that it's this. The fact that he talks about the urn, both of these are reaches. I feel it, but the fact that he said we need to press like the new bits of information. Well, Maya said we need to press the new bits of information, and then the fact that he said this is a new tidbit makes me think that it's this statement. But what can I do to prove that he has actually seen this before? If it is actually this, because the treasure exhibit poster. Because me saying that, oh, it's because you know it's a speckled urn. That doesn't mean anything, because he could just know in that box is the urn, or know that it's the urn. The fact that he doesn't mention the box is also a reach. But I don't know, like, it's literally between the poster and this if I am going to call out this statement. None of this, yeah, because none of that goes with it. I can't examine that further. I guess I'm going to present the photo, then calling card, and just go with both of my reaches and see what happens. Okay, the music is still playing, so it's not that. I'm sorry if I see nothing faulty. Unfortunately, to penalize you. I must be on the wrong track. Alright, let me try the calling card. There we go. Okay, so he's going to have to explain this one for me. Because I don't know which part of it. It just seemed like I was reaching, but I need to know what part of it is right. If you're on Master Mass, then you also wrote this calling card, correct? But of course. Is there a problem with that calling card? Well, I'm going to read a passage from the calling card. Take good care of that speckled urn. Okay. Now, the speckled here sure refers to the pink pattern on the sacred urn. Oh, I misunderstood it. It like sparkled. I don't know why. So it was fairly obvious. It's just that I'm dumb, is what I'm learning. Truth be told, there's no way that Master Mass could have known about this pattern. What do you mean? This pink spotted pattern on the urn is actually nothing more than paint stains. Paint stains? And these stains did not appear until after the urn had been taken to Lord Taylor. I find this trip to be very funny, Mr. Trite. The day of the sacred urn was taken to the warehouse. The urn was broken due to human error, or should I say, error-prone human. Okay, that's uncalled for. That's don't go at Andrew like that. That's when the pink paint got on the urn. You can't be serious. And yet this calling card clearly mentions the paint pattern, which means Detective Atme had seen this urn long before the crime even took place. In fact, he saw it when the fake photo was taken. And because this photo is a fake, your alibi for the night of murder no longer holds water. So we're getting kind of close on proving that he did it. Like, I feel like there's not that... Well, actually, we're proving that we haven't... Now we're stuck in a situation to where we have proof that he wasn't actually the thief, but we still have nothing on the murder. So in a way, we're kind of proving his innocence and everything right now. Grr. Right, that he's broken. Nick, I think it's a little early for a victory pose. Ha. So sad, no one has any conviction these days. Yes, they were all decided unanimously that this man was Mask the Mask, and now we're calling him a murderer? You don't think that we're being a tad fickle. That's a good point. Don't fall for it. You say that Luke Atme was the one who killed Camboller. Don't me ask you this, why would he do that? Excellent point. Motive, Mr. Right, motive. My merry murderous motive manifest. It's getting a second wind. If you're prepared an alibi and pin the crime on Rondolite as you say, you must have had a very strong motive for murder. Don't know if any motive we've seen is Rondolite. Isn't that right, detective? According to my own research, that boy's motive is clear. Right, motive is nearly impossible to prove guilt in a murder case. Now then, maybe you can enlighten us to what the defendant's motives were. I'd be honored to, sir, old timer. They're doing everything they can to make Ronald suspicious. Despite our lack of hard information, this may be our only chance. Motive for murder. I'm very... I don't know how we're going to connect this to him. Look at me, had no point of contact with the victim whatsoever. Came bored, decided to investigate Mask the Mask, and simply mistook who he was. It was Mr. Bullard who wrote the blackmail letter and sent it to Ron Delight. And it was again Mr. Bullard who had harbored a grudge against Mr. Delight for his betrayal. Mr. Bullard's mistake is quite excusable. The defendant truly believes he is Mask the Mask. That is why Mr. Delight saw fit to kill Cam Bullard. Truly a tragedy. Don't say that word. Like... I don't think it was. Mainly because, like, where is it? Specifically because the letter, I'm not sure, it doesn't prove that you murdered him. It proves that you were in the room. The fact that you have the red diamond. Like I said, it doesn't prove you're a murderer, but it does prove that. This is the blackmail letter found in the defense apartment. A handwritten test confirms that Mr. Bullard was indeed... Oh, that's a problem. I might have lost my theory, to be honest. I might have lost it. I thought I had a solid theory going, but apparently not. Very well, you may begin your cross-examination. Okay, that is... Huh. Cam Bullard to investigate mistake. It is Mr. Bullard who wrote the blackmail letter and sent... So this is the part I was originally going to say, like, it was his handwriting is the issue now. Because it says it was written by Bullard. Like, this is just true. This is just 100% true. But the problem is, if you don't, I'll take that red diamond you received the other day. It's on, and he's wearing it right now. Part of me wants to say, even though, like, you know, even though it was, this is just true. It was written by Mr. Bullard. Like, he did write it and send it to him. I'm still going to say it's a contradiction. Which, let me press on it before I just start gambling on that. You mean this blackmail letter right here says bring 50 grand, and the handwriting is, without a doubt, the victim's. There's no mistake. We have an official report to prove it. I don't see an addressee on this letter anywhere. This letter was discovered in Ron Delight's apartment, and Mr. Delight did show up at the designated place and time. The fact there's no addressee is irrelevant. I wonder. I just had a thought. What if that blackmail letter wasn't meant for Mr. Delight? you have any evidence of that? For some reason, I can't shake the feeling. There's something not quite right about this blackmail letter. Well, everyone ain't quite... Oh, wait, hold on. Let me... If you don't want your true identity revealed to the world, come to KB Security at 1 a.m. on October 12th and bring 50 grand. If you don't, I'll take that red diamond you received the other day and... What if the red diamond was never stolen? Well, maybe it was stolen. But now it's hit. Maybe it's a blackmail letter to at me that he then used as ammo for him. I'm gonna gamble. I have a little bit of health left I could gamble with. I'm gonna go with that theory. Mind if I ask you a few questions, Detective at me? Well, if it's just a few, I guess it's alright. Okay, it seems like I was on the right track here, but now I just kind of have to prove a lot of things. When he said this letter was addressed to Ron Delight, I couldn't help but notice one major contradiction. Contradiction? I don't know where a walking contradiction like you gets off saying things like that. At times like these, men are made to express themselves with their fists. Why don't you show us what you got there, Junior? Dude, time to man up, Mr. Wright. Show us the contradicting evidence in the content of the blackmail letter. So, I know for a fact there's contradicting evidence here. If you don't want your true identity revealed to the world, come to KB Security at 1. If you don't, take that red diamond you received the other day instead. I am lost. Because I know it has nothing to do with the calling card. Doesn't have to do with that. Unless it's like letting me fail on purpose. If you don't want your true identity revealed to the world, come to KB Security at 1 a.m. on October 12th and bring 50 grand. If you don't, I'll take that red diamond you received the other day instead. I'm just checking everything. I wish I could... I don't know where... It's making a point of emphasis to be a blue diamond there. And I don't know which hand the red diamond is on. I don't know. The closest I'm waiting to is that newspaper clipping, because I think tier of Eminon jewel 100 grand. There's nothing worth 50 grand there. And the jewel of Eminon was the first thing that was stolen, which looks to be no tier of Eminon and tier. So the tier of Eminon was blue, and so everything at left hand of Hades, sculpture, painting, artifact. So the red diamond is not connected to this, I think, and so it'd have to be his own red diamond. And that's like, because if I'm wrong, I'm already down to like a little over half of my remaining health left. It might be this. That's the closest I have is literally Kane's list and newspaper clippings. Like that's the closest I have. But I don't know how that's contradicting the blackmail letter. Like, it seems like this would be a thing. I don't know how it's contradicting it. I need to sit up real quick. There we go. I'm just gonna go with it, I guess. I can't save here. I'm gonna please stop. Okay. Let me do this. You know, let me save scum just so I don't have to restart the entire trial, because my health is getting close, and I'm throwing some Hail Marys and just hoping. It contains a picture of the tier and on the stolen jewel. What about it? The problem is this jewel's color. Okay, so the color was important, I guess. It's not much for discussing color myself. According to the clipping, the color of the stolen jewel is blue. However, in the blackmail letter, a totally different jewel is mentioned. Yeah, it'd be the red jewel that's like on his hand. I'll take that red diamond you received the other day. Which means, the red diamond described in the blackmail letter is not the tier of emerald that Master Mask stole at all.
Objection.
And your point is, Mr. Trite? So you're trying to say the blackmail letter was intended for someone else? That is what you're trying to say, right? Oh, I get it, because why would you blackmail over the red diamond when he never took the red diamond? Well, what is it you're trying to say, right? That is what I'm trying to say. This is actually who is blackmailing, and then it's my original, and it was for him. Naturally, it was you, Detective Atme. Do you have some sort of basis for that claim? You have personally involved in every single Master Mask case, and in the last case, you recovered what was stolen and received a jewel as a reward. Oh, yeah, he did get that as a reward. Like, for bringing that back. They gave him a jewel that was, I think, worth more than the thing that he recovered or something like that. And that would be the thing on his hand. Probably the one wrapped conspicuously around your finger. A red diamond ring. Oh, and so that red... Yeah, so if the blackmailer knew about that... I feel like I would have gotten that a lot easier if I did this all in one go. Which means that Camboard wrote the letter in order to blackmail you. Or in the court. It seems you've gone too far for childish pranks, Mr. Trite. I like the way he said it. Camboard blackmail and look at me? Are you for real? Yes, I am. Come on, stand up to him. Then answer me. The blackmail letter contains the following passage. If you don't want your identity, reveal it to the world. It certainly does. Camboard threatened to make Atme's identity public knowledge. Identity he wanted to keep a secret. So just what was that identity? I don't know. Atme killed Camboard because he was afraid of his secret becoming known. What was the identity he wanted to keep secret? Probably that he was doing all this stuff, right? Maybe he thought that he was Master Mask? Or identity on he wasn't actually the ace detective? The identity that would... The fact that two of my answers are here, then this is a blackmailer, makes me think that he's a blackmailer. I mean, I know he's a blackmailer because he was doing it. It makes me think it's that because that's not what my mind went to. Let's gamble. Alright, it looks like I was right. Look at me was a blackmailer. I mean, he was blackmailing Ron. He was probably blackmailing others. That's a little different from what you've been saying. You said that Camboard was the one blackmailing Luke Atme. Are you saying that Atme was blackmailing someone else on top of that? He was blackmailing Ron. To admit, that does sound a little odd. It's not odd, it's the only thing that makes any sense. Camboard is blackmailing Luke Atme. But Rondolite was also being blackmailed by a certain someone. Yeah, so we started receiving blackmail letters after the incident, and Ron would know about the incident because he was there in the newspaper. Like, Ron's right there with, like, Atme. Just a few days after the Tears of Eminent heist. After that, I started getting the plans in the mail. I received plans from some very kind person, incredibly detailed plans. In which case, that would mean that Rondolite was actually Master Mask. That is what we're claiming. Someone else came up with the plans and had Mr. Delight steal his targets for him. And that someone was none other than Luke Atme. Silence. Now I see, it's all becoming clear. What is? When you're in grade school, you receive the same report card every year. Careless with the tendency to jump to conclusions. Am I wrong? That's just uncalled for. You see that I, Luke Atme, was Bluntman and Rondolite, in which case I would naturally know all about his relation to Master Mask. Well, yes. Rondolite started receiving plans from his second crime onward, correct? Which means I learned of his identity when he committed that first crime. He certainly couldn't have blackmailed him otherwise. I do have proof for this one. Let's see some hot bitter evidence. Yeah, I knew this one, I just pointed out, like they were there together on the scene of the crime. I think I see it. See what? When you were in grade school, you received the same report card every year. Gets into a lot of mischief trying to be the center of attention. What do you mean? Okay, that was Cole. It's Cole when Phoenix does it, not so much you. There's a picture of you and Rondolite in his guard uniform. Seems that Master Mask didn't just disappear in the thin air. He just took off his outfit and hid it in a bucket. That sounds far too stupid to be true. With tricks like that, he couldn't fool a baby, let alone an ace detective, and that's when he figured it out, Mr. Atme. What, wasn't he supposed to be Master Mask? Not only that, it looks like he wasn't even an ace detective. Can't believe it. He was just a slimy blackmailer. What a fraud. Trying to pass himself off as an ace detective. where's the line of Ace Detective more like? Like, where... Someone had to have made an edit involving this game. Why you? How dare you expose me like that? Why, I mean, I never blackmailed anyone in my life. I'm a famous and proud Ace Detective and also Master Mask. Why can't you understand that? Afraid you're neither proud thief nor an Ace Detective. You're a blackmailer and a murderer. That is your true identity. Oh. Are you secretly old bag? I mean, compared to my genius, you're just jealous. You're just... Yeah, that's... keep going, man. You got did you get it all out of your system? It would seem we finally arrived at the real answer. That was quite a performance by Mr. Atme. Bailiff, please prepare yourself for Mr. Atme. What do you got for us, Godot? What do you got? The hammer strikes too fast and no time to aim. I'm already prepared to deliver my ruling. Let me say one thing. I will be the one to judge. I think it's much more in your face than that. Appears that your claws weren't quite sharp enough, Mr. Trite. What do you... It's true you've proven a lot of things. Things like Luke Atme was a filthy blackmailer, that he wasn't at Orly Taylor the night of the murder. That's right. That's why he's the one that killed Mr... But... There's still one thing to prove. What's that? Just because he wasn't at the warehouse doesn't mean he was at the murder scene. Therefore, if you can't prove that his pitiful excuse for a man who was at KB security, you don't see how a verdict can be delivered. I kind of said that a bit ago, and we've kind of proven that, like, we still haven't proven that he did it. We just proved he could have. Well, Mr. Wright, this is the final round. I gotta prove that Atme was at Mr. Bullett's office on that night. Can you really prove that? I want to hear her answer. I have nothing that can prove that. I legitimately have nothing. I feel like can't prove it is a trap. I kind of want to save scum it and just go. I can't do it. GG's. But I legitimately have no proof that he was there, and so I guess I can't prove it. I can't prove it. Just as I thought. But if we hear of Detective Atme's testimony, fortunately that's as far as you go. What do you mean? I won't allow for any more testimony. That's what I mean. Have you forgotten Luke Atme is here after we interrupted his own trial? You failed to prove that he committed the murder. It's time for him to face his guilty verdict as Master Mask. By now, Sir Lawyer, it seems that love wins out in the end after all. I'm the Ace Detective as well as Master Mask. My verdict will verify that. Just as Ron Delight will verify that he is the true murderer. I declare that with full force of my Ace Detectiveness. We might have screwed up choosing I can't prove it. That's enough deliberation over this witness. Don't give up now, Nick. We still have tomorrow. We can look for more evidence, and by then, it'll be too late. Because once he gets a guilty verdict, he'll have an alibi. Double jeopardy, one of the basic rules in any court of law. Should the defendant be tried and found innocent in court, that defendant cannot be tried again for the same crime. That is a fundamental rule of all courts, and it applies to this witness as much as it applies to anyone else. Mr. Atme was found guilty in a matter of minutes. Guilty as Master Mask, which means he will be innocent as far as the murder of Kane Board is concerned. The fact that you were unable to prove Mr. Atme's guilt of the crime here means that he will be never again tried as Kane Board's murderer. Well, I screwed up. Oops. Sorry, Ron. There's nothing I could possibly do to win. Even if Ron is proclaimed to be innocent, the real killer Luke Atme will go free. Yeah, cross-examine every statement the witness has made here today. As long as there's no more testimony, I'm afraid to declare there will be no further questioning of this witness. Are there any objections? Object? Like, do something, Phoenix. I hereby end the cross-examination of Luke Atme.
Objection!
I think I see it. Your Honor, you're a child. This is what was on your report card every year. Has poor hearing and often makes mistakes as a result. Okay, that's just... I don't know who said that, but that's just true. Phoenix, raise your head. Have you forgotten what I used to tell you? Mia, what are you doing here? Is it Mia? She is saving our ass over and over. Mia, He kind of already declared it like over. Is it a true power of the crane channeling technique? I know that's really Maya standing before me, but right now she's my mentor, Mia Fey. Now, let's do this, but there's nothing more we can do. Without any more testimony, I can't cross-examine. Not yet, the testimony's not over yet. What do you mean? Alright, just now you said something very interesting. You have cross-examined every statement the witness has made here today. That's true, but unfortunately, you're forgetting something. Earlier, after the last cross-examination, this witness made a number of remarks. Well, now, so it seems that love wins out in the end. After all, I am ace detective as well as mask to mask. My verdict will verify that. Just as Ron Delight will verify that he's the true murderer, I declare with the full force of my ace detectiveness. What about it? Yeah, like, it seemed that... Well then, shall we prove their importance via cross-examination? At any rate, as long as the witness has made these remarks, we, the defense, assert our right to question them. Is that alright with you, prosecutor? Doesn't matter. Nothing. He's probably freaked out seeing, like, that person that was standing next to us suddenly entirely different. Looks like you're one step too late. If you think such falsehoods will do anything to me, look at... Let's hear it. Huh? It's true that the witness made some remarks, so then let's hear this last bit of cross-examination. Mr. Godot, what are you? Well then, can allow the defense to cross-examine your earlier remarks? The defense would like to hear why they declared the defendant to be the true murderer, so please give us that last bit of testimony. Phoenix, this is it. It's our absolute last chance. Thank you for coming in clutch once again after I don't know how many times. Indeed, it is true that I was not Lori Taylor. I had to leave to see another important job request. I had known about the date beforehand, so I had this photograph ready. My brilliant deduction was what informed me that the true culprit was Ron Delight, and thanks to the keycard and wallet, it was abundantly clear that he was there. I was also able to make a deduction from the buzzer, which only sounded once, but the button did not have a fingerprint. Why? The victim would have left prints if he sounded it, which means the killer sounded it. Mr. Delight was wearing his mask-to-mask outfit, which is why he left no prints. In the blackmail letter, the victim likely just mistook the color of the jewel. Safari, therefore all the evidence points to that poor boy. I feel like you slipped up pretty bad there. I feel like Phoenix, you say it holds up pretty well, but he was in the other courtroom and shouldn't have known about the mask-to-mask thing. It appears the witness remarks do not appear to have been hastily prepared. All his points have been explained, and none of them seem to contradict anything. But of course, how'd you know about that emergency buzzer? The police investigation documents went directly to me. And I always look over the documents. It's elementary. Are you going to make even more trouble for an Alcera lawyer? Yes. There's an actual, like, big thing that he should not know about. Cannot postpone or look at me strong any longer. This is your last chance. Seems the party's about to begin. Well, Phoenix, there isn't any evidence that contradicts with that test. Yes, there is. What do you mean, so it seemed? Listen, Phoenix, point out contradiction doesn't always mean you have to present evidence, does it? At any rate, this is our last chance. If you can't point out a case-breaking contradiction, you lose. That's all there is to it. Cup number 17, the last cup. It seems like the time has come to put an end to this trial. I mean, I'm pretty sure I know what the contradiction is, because he did not say that he was in the mask-to-mask, like, uniform in the CEO's office until this trial, like, happened. But the thing is, he shouldn't have known that because he was in the other courtroom. Remember, you only got one chance. Please begin your final cross-examination. I don't know if they mean, like, actual last, like, chance, so I'm gonna do some save scumming right here, even though I'm pretty confident I know what it is. I'm pretty confident it's this. Mr. Atme, about this last remark. Just don't get dudes right. This isn't the time to be pressing the witness on every little statement. I'm not. I'm presenting on this very specific one. I'm afraid you're the one who still doesn't get it, Mr. Godot. Mr. Atme, seems you have finally admitted that you were in the CEO's office on the night of the murder. How can you say that? Let's review your testimony, shall we? The button did not have any fingerprints on it. Why? Mr. Delight was wearing his mask-to-mask outfit. Is that correct? That is what I said. My deductions are absolutely foolproof. More like your deductions prove that you're a fool. I'm sorry, whatever do you mean? For some reason, I'm starting to get really thirsty. When exactly did we learn the fact that Rondolite was dressed as Mask the Mask when he went to the scene of the crime? That was, it was just a few hours ago. Back when my sixth cup was looking at me with a cold stare. Did I forget to mention it before? Sorry, I never had a chance to mention it up until now. That's right, the defendant had yet to tell anyone else this fact before this morning. Therefore, the only people who should know are those who've been watching this trial. Do you understand now, Detective Atney? There's no way you should have known about that. You were in the next courtroom being tried as Mask the Mask, so then enlighten us. Just how did you know about that piece of information?
Objection!
Come on, this detective must have known about it. He probably had plenty of chances to find out beforehand. And it's those chances I want to discuss next. That night, Mr. Delight was wearing his Mask the Mask outfit. There's one and only one way for Detective Atney to have found that out. Please recall, if you will, Mr. Delight's testimony. When I entered the office, there was a suspicious shadow there. For a second, my client witnessed the real killer. But Mr. Delight never saw his attacker, so there was no way to tell whether or not the real killer was Ogatme. It's with this statement that I'll turn this case on its head. Just what are you implying? Mr. Delight saw the real killer, correct? Now, if you turn that statement around, it stands to reason that the real killer also seen Ron Delight. Possible. Yeah, they kind of didn't hide the silhouette at all there. Detective Atney, you saw the Mask the Mask scene at the murder scene that night. You saw him when you killed came aboard and assaulted Ron Delight. That was the only way you could have known what Ron was wearing. Why is the ground shaking like that? What is going on? Oh, what are you? Oh, he's lost it. Take a good look, everyone. Unable to find a rival worthy of my genius, I was forced to create one by myself. Here I am, the tragic clown. It's the same one he gave yesterday, and it's not going to help you out today. There's a little more meaning behind it this time. This guy seems like he might be a bit crazy. I'm going to go out on a limb and say he might be a bit crazy. What an awfully complicated incident. Cambour was blackmailing Luke Atney, who was in turn blackmailing Ron Delight. And upon killing his blackmailer, Luke Atney tried to frame Ron Delight. He then claimed to be guilty as Mask the Mask in order to escape his true crime. And to that end, he came up with this plan to use the double jeopardy rule when making his alibi. At any rate, it would seem we finally found the truth. Excuse me. Came perilously close to blemishing the record of an innocent young man. Blemishing with the title of murderer. Don't ignore me. I didn't realize you were there. Why wouldn't he be? About the verdict. I know you never committed any murder. That's right, I'm so glad you understand that, but I really am Master. So thanks to that trial yesterday, I'm innocent now, right? Well, you said double jeopardy? I didn't mention it. I've been careless. It was Ron the mastermind behind this entire thing? What do you think, Mia? As the defendant says, the rule of double jeopardy is absolute. The defendant can never be tried for a crime in which he was found innocent. Then Mask the Mask is really innocent? It seems so for now. For now? Now then, this court finds the defendant. So we held Ron be found not guilty in a crime he actually committed. And also finding him we found him not guilty in both crimes, one he did commit and one he didn't. This is... Huh. You did it, Phoenix. Thanks, Mia. It's been a long time, hasn't it? Yeah, because Maya doesn't call me much these days. I'm just joking, Phoenix. Don't take everything so seriously. On the other hand, Maya, she seems kind of torn on these days. You mean about becoming the master of Korean channeling school? Becoming the master means saying goodbye to our mother. Misty Faye, right? Watch over, will you, Phoenix? Of course. And see you around. Mr. Wright, I don't know what to say. Congratulations, Mr. Delight. You're now not able to be tried for the crimes you've actually committed. Thank you so much. Nothing really oh. I want to see what he said. Maya, been cleared of all the murder charges and got off his Master boot. And everything, exchange, I lost everything. Stealing security information from KB Security, becoming Mask to Mask. I did it all for one reason, for her. And your wife, Desiree. She hates criminals more than anything. Yeah, she was held hostage. She always said how she hated sneaky criminals. I knew that, but once I got fired from KB Security and lost all the money I had, she wouldn't have any reason to stay with me. I thought she would leave me for sure. So that's why I became Mask to Mask. Yes, but it's all over now. A broken bowl can never be put back together. That's not true, right, Nick? Really? Can we go back to the way things were? Sure, we'll go with that. And Nick can prove it. I kind of wish he would check. Mr. Delight, even if a bullet's broken, there's always a way to put it back together. Oh, come on. It's going to make me... Here's the urn as proof. Like, here's a broken bowl. Sacred urn. Daisy's the one who found this. Your wife, she always believed in you, Ron. That's why you'll be fine. You don't have to worry about anything. Well, the thing is, she always believed in you, and you kind of proved that her belief was misguided, because it turned out you were actually Mask to Mask. Miss Delight, you did it, Ronnie. You're innocent. I'm so happy. Thank you. I appreciate it, but I suppose you don't want anything more to do with me, do you? Why didn't you talk to me about what was going on? I had no idea you quit KB Security. I never imagined that you really were Mask to Mask either. Miss Delight, what are you gonna do now that you know? You're not gonna really leave him, are you? Come on, it's obvious, isn't it? How can I ever let a wonderful man like him get away? After all, my bike's really fast. So fast there's no way you could ever get away. Didn't you say you hated criminals? I was about to say, I thought she only hated people, like, she didn't hate the act of thieving itself. She hated the fact that he was the ace detective and just, like, lied about everything. Like, I thought that was her, like, big issue. Like, that detective. But Ronnie went and declared his crimes before he committed them like a man. I just thought, man, he was so chivalrous. I knew I was right about you. Every day I spent with you is filled with thrills and excitement. Does it? You really do love Ron, don't you? Yeah, I'm really glad I asked you to defend my Ronnie. I love her too. Like, she is the definition of ride or die. No pun intended. Thank you so much. I'll never forget what you've done for us. Well, take care of yourself. You too, Nicky boy. Mr. Nick, Mr. Maya, congratulations. My bike is so fast you can never get away. It's a bar. One day I hope I can have a girl like that. Oh, bad timing. Oh. Stop slapping me, Pearls, please. Also, that reach is insane because she has to be jumping for those slaps. Like, she has to be going hand, like, just jumping every single slap. So just as the case came to a close, so did my conscience. Ron said a broken bowl can never be put back together. But I know that's not true. I mean, just to look. That CG goes so hard. Here's a perfect example of one that was put back together even better than before. But that CG is tough. And there's episode 2. That case moved around in a lot of places I did not expect. That preview image also went hard. But yeah. There we go. That entire episode was a bunch of twists and turns that I did not expect at all. As the case came to my closer, my conscience was funny. Yeah, Pearl's just beating the tar out of him. Like, Phoenix, he knows how to be a smart ass, and as well as know how to he knows how to be witty at the weirdest moments. But just like that, that case, just kept. I thought it wasn't going to be a murder case, and I thought that Atme was actually Mask to Mask, and that it was going to be a simple, one investigation, one trial thing. Turns out, no, it was a murder case. Now we actually proved Ron's guilty, and it turns out, no, the thing they told us at the very beginning, where Ron is Mask to Mask, that's actually true, and we're going to use that to prove that Atme is a murderer. It just went in a lot of ways I did not expect. Yeah, there's one that stuck. Muddy Mud Skipper in outer space. I'm trying. He does have the funniest lines. Von. I would say he probably has the second funniest lines in my behind Von Karma. But I'm very, very biased towards Von Karma, and I really hope I get to see Von Karma in this game. We haven't seen Edgeworth either. Now I think about it, we haven't seen either of them. We've only seen Godot. Given it's only been one trial. It's been 2 trials. One is Mia. That was a flashback, and then this one. And so maybe we'll see one or the other in the next case. I am curious, but that next case will be for another day, because that will be it for me for now. Like I said, that trial went hard. I will try and do most of chapter 3 in the next stream of this, which should be, I believe, I have it scheduled. I just forgot what day it is. I have to go look at it, because the next one's gonna be most likely Yun Yun syndrome. Now that some of the issues with that got fixed, because I've been wanting to play it for a long time, and now that some of the issues are getting fixed, I'm gonna give it a true shot. But no, that case went hard. Yeah, and she does have good burns. I love On Karma. Like, I love her. But anyway, that will be it for me today. I do hope y'all have a great rest of your day, a great rest of your night, whatever it may be for y'all. And I will see y'all in the next stream. And until then, take care, y'all.